We in Lambeau tonight.
Come in.
Come around. Come around. Come around. We are about to start. Just draw a little closer for us. Moving a little closer. We are about to start in 15 seconds. Thank you, Mr. DJ.
You respect that? You respect that?
Thank you, Mr. DJ. Wherever you are, just reverence with us. And in our usual format, we start with a prayer. Reverence with us. Our brother Darren Henry will lead us off in prayer this evening.
Good night, everyone. Let us pray. Father God, we give you thanks and praise for another day. We thank you, God, for health, for strength, for life. We thank you, God, for each person represented here tonight. We thank you, God, for your son, Jesus. Lord, we just want to lift you up tonight, and we declare that this program, this meeting will be successful and that it will reach the ears that we want it to reach. It will drop on fertile soil in the name of Jesus, and people will adhere to our messages, and people will come out strong on the 12th and vote for the TPP. God, we pray, oh God, that your hands will continue to be upon all our leaders, all our candidates. And Lord, your word said, fret not thyself because of evildoers, nor be envious of the works of the enemy, for they shall be soon cut down like grass and wither as a herb in the field. Lord, you declare you are indeed our light and our salvation. Whom shall we fear? You are indeed the strength of our life. Of whom shall we be afraid? So when the wicked came upon us to eat up our flesh, our enemies and our foes, they stumble and fall. Though war may rise against us, in this will be confident. Oh God, we put all our trust in you. God, we know that you will fight against those who fight against us. Lord, that you will take up shield and banner and stand up for our help, oh God, in the name of Jesus, oh my God. So we pray, oh God, that this evening proceeding will flow smoothly, and we place it into your hands, oh God. In Jesus' name we pray with thanksgiving. Amen.
Thank you, Brother Darren Henry, candidate for, also a candidate for Bethel New Grange. Brothers and sisters, we go straight into the national anthem.
You respect that? You respect that?
This is the blue wave. This is the blue wave, people. Chairman of the Tobago People's Party, Sister Ann Natasha II. Political leader of the Tobago People's Party, the Honorable Farley Chavez Augustine. Deputy political leaders of this dynamic and energetic party, Dr. Faith Brebner, Assemblyman Trevor Williamson James, and Sister Natisha Charles Pantin. All of the members of the executive of the Tobago People's Party. This evening we greet all councillors, all secretaries, assistant secretaries, and you all are the members of the Tobago People's Party. Let me hear you tonight. We also recognize our members of parliament for Tobago East and Tobago West. Our brother David Thomas and brother Joel Sampson. To all the media, all the various media platforms, the mainstream media, social media, whatever platform you're sharing and listening to us tonight, we say good night and welcome to Lambeau, brothers and sisters. This evening we even say good evening to those on the fence who has not just joined this movement. There is still time, and as we go along in this program, other programs, other meetings, we will be sharing information with you as we educate, elevate, and emancipate. Brothers and sisters, this evening we are here to endorse your candidate for Signal Hill. Lambeau, tell me who we're talking about. And to start this program this evening, we bring a lady. We bring a Rose. We bring one Ava. In this party, we have a beauty, brains, and competence. Beauty, brains, and competence this evening, coming from all the way north, Mason Hall South, Bagatelle, coming to endorse your candidate is no other but a secretary able, willing, competent, beautiful. Let me stop all this thing. Tonight, Sister Natisha Pantin. Natisha.
The sun is rising over Bacolete Estate. The light is clear and true. A brand new day for Bacolete Gardens. A promise waiting for you. We've walked the road, we know the journey. The path we've taken so far, from Bacolete Trace to Bacolete Crescent. She's shown us who we are. Now January 12th is calling, no time to hesitate. Hear the drum beat rising, calling out the change we see. From Mason Hall, South Bagatelle, it's time for unity. The rhythm strong, the message clear. We're moving forward, seeking more. Natisha, oh, Charles Pantin, steady and bright. Natisha, aye, 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 aye. Lighting up the darkest night.
TPP family. Good evening to the people of Lambeau, Lowlands. Tobago is. I want you to say it like you're sure of it. Tobago is. That's right, Lambeau, Lowlands. I stand before you today. I'm proud to stand here in Lowlands today to endorse my brother, a true servant leader, Wayne Was Clark. Wayne is a man of the people.
You respect
Humble, and I know you know I'm telling the truth. He's humble, giving, and always putting people first. That is Wayne Clark. Never about seeking power and prestige, but about serving his community with heart full of love and a spirit of dedication. He's a man who listens, who hears the whispers of the marginalized. He's a champion of justice, equality, and progress. A bridge builder, always bringing people together to find a common ground. Wayne is not just a politician. He's a neighbor, a friend, and a Tobagonian born and bred. Wayne is one of we.
You respect that? You respect that?
While Mr. Wayne Clark's personality is a plus for you in this district, this election goes beyond personalities. It is about people, because Tobago is we. Wayne believes in the power of we. He knows that together as Tobagonians, we are stronger, smarter, and more resilient. Wayne is a champion of unity, always celebrating diversity and promoting inclusiveness in everything that he does for his district and Tobago by extension. Wayne has never left the ground, and this has been evident throughout the 4 years. He's always spearheading district cleanups, always hosting district football leagues, so we know he's close to the people. District Public Days is every day for Wayne. And his office, listen, you see this part? His office would always do random calls to his constituents. To top it off, even his staff would call me in Bagatelle Bacalet. Yeah, always checking on me, on my health and well-being. Wayne would support all our fundraising events. That is the man, Wayne Clark.
You respect that? You respect that?
I am proud to call Wayne my brother in politics. Very proud. Because he has been with me through thick and thin. So, Lambeau Lowlands, you have an extraordinary representative. He represents everywhere, from Crown Point to Charlottesville, Wayne on everybody platform. Because you know what? Wayne understands that Tobago is we.
You respect that?
Tobago is Lambeau. Tobago is Lowlands. Tobago is Scarborough. Tobago is Canby. Tobago is Plymouth. Tobago is Crown Point. Tobago is all our we. I have watched Wayne Clark grow throughout the years. He's an excellent platform speaker. Not only has he mastered the platform, but every time he spoke in the House, he presented content with substance. The ordinary man like you and me could follow his speeches easily. And I wasn't surprised when he climbed the ladder swiftly, moving from an assistant secretary to a secretary. And to be honest, he always functioned as if he was a secretary. Always.
You respect that? You respect that? You respect
Wayne is the type of representative that would push people's limits to get the job done. And I am sure many of us could speak about him camping outside of our houses to ensure that he get the advice or the resources that he needed. So tonight I ask you to join me in endorsing this incredible servant leader in every street, in every road, in every courthouse corner, in every shop corner, in every house and on every veranda. You have an excellent representative, and we should give him our next 4 years. Wayne has worked consistently throughout the divisions, and he has been extremely respectful with all of his secretaries until he himself became a secretary. Similar to the other divisions, he has made significant strides within all the communities across Tobago. His division partnered with other THA entities to build the first Corland Bay Heritage Park and Sand Court, the first in Tobago. Successfully upgraded many multipurpose facilities, including the recently opened Glamorgan Multipurpose Facility.
You respect that? You respect that?
He rehabilitated several sporting facilities and hard courts across Tobago, including places such as Women Calder Hall.
You respect that? You respect that?
Lambeau Lowlands, your champion Wayne Clark did remarkably well. Those on the other side promised Tobagonians many things for over 2 decades. They were empowered by the people of Tobago for more than 20 years until they ran out of ideas and became incompetent and complacent. Today, this current administration cannot pay off $900 million in debt. They racked up in 2021, while our annual budget is just over $200 million, and that figure includes salaries. So we did a damn good job.
You respect that? You respect that?
Damn good job. Well done, Mr. Wayne Clark. And a strong foundation is not always glamorous. It takes time, planning, and discipline, but it withstands hurricanes, storms, and floods. We are now weathering the storm. We are anchored in faith and resilience alongside the people of the island and captained by a competent political leader, the Honorable Chief Secretary, Farley Chavez Agustin. Wayne has been part of the Tobago team, the TPP team that has been repairing, reinforcing, and fixing the mess that they have left behind so that we could restore people's confidence in government. We have been strengthening the foundation block by block, policy by policy. That is why you have now the community care program and the mega farming development program and Friendship Agro Park. And these are on the final stretch of receiving development approvals.
You respect that? You respect that?
Yes, right in Friendship. Wayne has been part of that Friendship Agro Park. Lambeau Lowland deserves representation that builds, not experiments. If Tobago is we, then Lambeau Lowlands need a representative who stands firmly in we. Wayne Clark is we. And if I wanted a representative to vote for sure, I was jamming my finger on the X for Wayne was Clark.
You respect that?
Lambeau Lowlands, don't make the mistake and choose another person other than Wayne was Clark. Because I'm telling you, you see in the house, Wayne has represented all of you well. Dedication, and trust me, he loves the people of Lambeau Lowlands. So Tobago people, who we voting for? Who we voting for? Tobago is Wayne was Clark on January the 12th. Make sure you jam the X for the anchor. Jam the X for Wayne was Clark in Lambeau Lowlands. I thank you.
Lands for me, Speyside, stand tall with your candidates, the political leader of the Tobago People's Party and the Honorable Chief Secretary, Farley Chavez Agustin. Join the TPP family on Sunday, December 21st, 5:30 p.m. at the Rotunda, Charlottesville. Come hear the man on a mission to make Tobago the greatest little island on the planet. The ever-present, ever-approachable Farley Chavez Agustin. Stand tall. Show up on Sunday, December 21st, 5:30 p.m. at the Rotunda, Charlottesville. Tobago People's Party, anchored in truth, rising with you.
TPP as we pumping, TPP as we voting, coming on the fire and them.
Remember, brothers and sisters, let's say it for Sister Natisha. Wayne, I want you to be careful. I saw she point her finger and she say, anyhow. She point her finger and she say, where to put it? Where we put in the X? What is the symbol? No, something wrong. What is our symbol? Brothers and sisters, we are reminded that when we out here at these meetings, it's to educate, elevate, and emancipate. Remember those instructions. Brothers and sisters, we are reminded. Each night there is over, I'll check on the CSO report in a little, somewhere over 2,125 participants each night at meetings. We are reminded that our show of support must be converted to a vote on Monday, 12th January 2026. It must be converted to a vote. And a vote for what symbol? So in spite of the electoral district wherein you may reside or vote, or even your polling division, forget all them names there. All we're looking for is, thank you very much, coming from up the hill, brothers and sisters, from up the hill neighboring to Wayne Waps Clark. The fella is not a small fella. The fella is not a jokey fella. And I listened to him the other night, and I heard him giving a history as to the number of teams that he captained into football victory. I am asking for an investigation into that captain. But coming from up the hill, a mighty man, a man who don't play, endorsing his brethren.
A strong foundation, right? A man who know the struggle, seen it with his very eyes. Yeah. From signal to patience, yeah. The people know the name. A mighty man to stand up for these constituencies claim. He didn't just come talking.
TPP family. TPP family. TPP family. Pleasant good night to each and every one of you. Let me acknowledge the leader of this great political party, Farley Chavez Augustine. Our deputy political leaders, Dr. Faith Bremner, Miss Natisha Charles Panton, and Trevor Williamson James. Let me also acknowledge the chairman, Ms. Ann Second, and let me also acknowledge our MPs for Tobago East and Tobago West, Mr. David Thomas and Mr. Joel Sampson, respectively. But let me acknowledge you, the people here tonight, who come here tonight to support Wayne Waps Clark, who is the TPP candidate for Lambeau Lowlands, and who will be the continuing representative for this beautiful electoral district.
You respect that? You respect that?
Because you know why? Let me tell you why. I know Wayne was a long time through football. Right? Was used to play the new edition football right in Lambeau. And I used to play patience football them days. So we used to be going against each other. Right? But them days, Hills and I used to beat Lambeau. Eh? No, that was new edition. Eh? We used to beat them. Then they changed to Lambeau United. And was used to be playing with Lambeau United too. And I used to be playing with patience football still. And we used to still cut the tail. And then you know what happened after that? You could ask him when I see him, what's leave Lambeau and pay Patience Hill? You know why? Because Patience Hill always cutting the tail.
You respect that?
So it's not now I know Wayne was Clark. Wayne is a very energetic person. And we witnessed that during his speeches on night time when I come and listen to him. And let me just say something off of my mind now. W is for Wayne, right? W is also a wonderful person. A, he is anointed. God anointed that fella they call Wayne was Clark. I could tell all of that. The Y is your people, your person. And E. No, the N. Wayne, but I can't spell the name. And the N, he's a nice gentleman.
You respect that? You respect that?
And I finally meet the E. What the E for? All you tell me now. He's a man full of energy. He's electrifying. If I don't want to know about politics, Wayne was Clark is going to educate us about politics. I am here tonight to endorse Wayne was Clark. And trust me, I love it, love it, love it. Because Wayne was Clark is one who talked to me back then to get into politics. Because back then he used to sing a little, Lambeau sing a little, right? Yeah. And was the representative there. And they were looking for somebody they believed that was strong enough to go up against the then person. You calling nobody name, brother. By now everybody knows who, so me call no name. So what's that? Tietos, here we go on. They're looking for a strong man, boy. Somebody who could pop a fight at least. I said, boy, me really interested in this thing, but I come and I get a nice vision. And I said, let me take the challenge, man. Because knowing was, the wonderful person he is, he ain't gonna misguide me. I take the challenge. And here I am for today.
You respect that? You respect that?
So I am happy to be here tonight to endorse Wayne was Clark. Because we are neighboring. Part of Lambeau is also mine. Right? And I remember a time, was called me. He said, Tate, you ever been down in Lambeau before you send me to the street there to clean? I said, all right, I'll organize my team and check you. He said, what time? Was tell me 7 o'clock. I gather my team Saturday morning. I was only 7:30. You know, you say, what's on the team and clean up, mash up that work already.
You respect that? You respect
They're the kind of person who says,
You respect that?
he just don't talk the talk, he does walk the walk. So I'm going to encourage persons in this electoral district of Lambeau Lowlands. Come January 12th, go and stamp your X for the anchor, for the TPP. Look for Wayne was Clark, look for the name, and stamp your X there. So Was will bring home the Lambeau Lowlands seat, which will be added to the 15 seats, 14 seats to make a clean sweep in Tobago for TPP.
You respect that? You respect that?
Well, if I listen to the person talked before me, Natasha Charles Panton, she spoke of his great accomplishment in his division. And I too want to endorse that also because I could tell you all, Was assisted me in getting lights for Patience Hill Ground. And that deserves a round of applause for me and the residents of Signal Patience Hill. Because it was decades after decades we were fighting for them lights. We fight. I asked Clark, how much times I call him, Clark, I want the lights. Ask him, I always be saying, Tate, you're going to get the lights just now, hold on. And with the leadership of Fali Chavez Augustine, and the other members of the executive, we were able to get lights in Patience Hill. So kudos again to Was Clark and Terrence Baines back in the days there in 2023. Was is a son of this soil. Lambeau man.
You respect that. You respect that.
And we all know about the oil spill recently down at Lambeau, Petit, right? It's our next story again. We wanted help to clean up some of the debris, which includes some of the oil spill, of course. And we form a team. I had members from my fisheries division. Was organized some of his members from here. And we went and we assisted cleaning the oil spill.
You respect that. You respect
So the man is a worker. You know, I forget to say W for worker too. Was is a worker. Not just a worker, he's a hard worker. Who's a female say you just put on work? You can say it loud again, you just put on work? A female say you just put on work too. So what's I endorse you tonight to bring home this seat here with Lambeau Lowlands. So on the morning of January 12th, when I wake up, say all the prayers. Always give God thanks, eh? Say all the prayers. Make sure you tidy up, bathe up and brush up all the teeth and thing and all the hygiene up. And head for the polling station. And if all the transport in this area here, get on to Was and he got organize transport for you, right? For those who need transport. Go to the polling station. And remember this. You see the sign here? Remember the sign. The anchor. Because the anchor it holds. And remember this, the Tobago's People Party. And put the X there. Right up. I want to know, what's me? When you don't put it there, and they're going to walk away, make sure look back, make sure, right, all right, let me one time forgo. Put that there. Yeah?
You respect that. You respect that.
When we done that, you know what all of you going to say? Tobago is. We will all say Tobago is. Tobago is. Yeah, no. I love all you know, boy. Hey, all of men, just wait. I love all you know. I love this TPP family, bad boy. But sorry, I just say that my time kind of short because the amount of things I could talk about was boy. I just love this TPP family. I love the executive of this TPP family.
You respect that.
And the 15 candidates, we are going to bring it home. We will bring it home and we will secure victory in the name of Jesus Christ. We will secure victory. Because we are going to make Tobago the greatest little island on this planet. Because Tobago is we. I thank you. And do have a blessed night, each and every one. Safe journey home. Safe journey home.
Lands for me, Speyside, stand tall with your candidate, the political leader of the Tobago People's Party and the Honorable Chief Secretary, Farley Chavez Augustine. Join the TPP family on Sunday, December 21st at 7:30 p.m. at Speyside Beach Bar. Come hear the man on a mission to make Tobago the greatest little island on the planet, the ever-present, ever-approachable Farley Chavez Augustine. Stand tall. Show up on Sunday, December 21st, 7:30 p.m. at Speyside Beach Bar. Tobago People's Party. Anchored in truth, rising with you.
Let's hear it for the mighty man.
You respect that?
Whilst we celebrate, could anyone tell me the date for the meeting we just heard? When, the place, the time. Brothers and sisters, we're here to educate, elevate, and emancipate. There is this school of thought by the red section that they are invincible. Do you know, brothers and sisters, who was the first person to topple the red people government? So tell me that again. A.N.R. Robinson. Brothers and sisters, do you know that he was a founding member of that side? Do you know that after years of being in the government, that he walked away from a central government? Do you know he was a deputy political leader of those of the red machine? And he conquered them. Brothers and sisters, when A.N.R. Robinson spent some time in that government, he realized in order to deliver the intricate needs of the Tobagonian, it was impossible to be done under that machine, under that system, under that philosophy. The Tobago people remains resolved. So even in 2025, when persons continue to walk from a system that's unable to deliver the intricate needs of the Tobagonian, it's nothing new. Come in this evening, brothers and sisters. You know, a man I really saw in the north, I need to speak to myself a bit silently sometimes. But now I hear he down in the west. Somebody say he found love, or love found him. Somebody say he accustomed being in the forest. But whatever is the story, I'm bringing to you to endorse his brethren, a man from north who traveled through tongue, he down in the east, found love or love found him, but he coming to endorse his brethren, his colleague, Darren. Darren! Call the name like you know it, man. Darren!
This is the people's choice. With somebody on the one When election time come, you know who we endorse. The man with the vision, the power, the force. From Lowlands to Waterhole, hear the call. Darren Henry will stand up tall. We step out with the banner, the colors you see. Vote for progress, vote TPP. Unity is strength, let nobody divide. This is the champion, we ride with pride. A better new bridge, make the change. Darren Henry, fix the orange. Mark your ball and don't waste your pick. TPP, we do the trick. A better new bridge, make the change. Darren Henry, fix the orange. Mark your ball and don't.
Good night, Lowlands, Lambeau. Good night, Lambeau, Lowlands. Please allow me to stand on all established protocols. Now, when I say Wayne, you say Wasp. Wayne? 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 Right, we on board. Tobago, when you hear the name Wasp, you know what it represents? You know it means energy. You know it means fearless. You know it means action. He doesn't just talk, he moves. He doesn't just promise, he performs. He doesn't just hide. When times get tough, he shows up and stands firm for the people of his electoral district. Tonight I stand with confidence to endorse a leader whose life and service reflect the true spirit of Tobago. This endorsement is grounded not in words only, but in years of consistent work, community presence, and genuine commitment to the people of this island. Tobago is we. Tobago is we. Those words capture who we are and what we believe in. They speak of shared responsibilities, shared struggles, and shared progress. Leadership in Tobago must never be distant nor disconnected. It must live among the people, understand their needs, and work every day to uplift them. Assemblyman Wayne Clark has demonstrated that kind of leadership as area representative of Lambeau Lowlands and secretary in the Division of Community Development, Youth Development and Sport. He had focused his efforts on empowering communities, developing our youth, and strengthening sports across Tobago. His work shows that leadership is not about position, but about service. For decades, he had invested in Tobago's young people as a trained football coach and founder of Lambeau Youth Sports Foundation. He created opportunities for discipline, teamwork, and personal growth. Through the Tobago Early Childhood Games, he recognized that development must start early, giving our youngest citizen a strong foundation through sport and structured play. This leadership that understands people, leadership that shows up in schools, on the playing field, in the communities, leadership that volunteers time, not for recognition, but because service is a responsibility.
You respect that? You respect that?
Tobago is we means community matters. From Lambeau to Lowlands, from our village to a wider island, development must be inclusive.
You respect that? You respect
Youth programs, community infrastructure, and access to resources must reach all our people. The greatest little island on the planet can only thrive when no one is left behind. The greatest little island on the planet can only thrive when no one is left behind. What is the greatest little island on the planet? Isn't it Tobago? We are striving to make Tobago the greatest little island on the planet. In the Assembly, Assemblyman Clark has consistently advocated for fair budget allocations, strong youth and sporting programs, and community development initiatives that empower people rather than create dependency. His focus has always been on strengthening support systems and building capacity within communities. Brothers and sisters, on election day, we must act. Brothers and sisters, what we must do on election day? We must act on election day. On election day, we must vote. We must vote the anchor. We must vote Wayne Clark. We must vote Tobago, because Tobago is we. Vote for experience. Vote for service and accountability. I am calling on every household, every family, every supporter. Pull out everybody in your home and go and vote on the 12th of January, 2026. Bring your neighbor, bring your friend, bring your family. The election is about our future, and our future depends on our participation. Let us stand together in unity and purpose. Let us win this for Tobago. Let us stand together in unity and purpose. Let us win this for Tobago. Because Tobago is we. Tobago is we. Good night, my brothers and sisters. Tobago is we.
It's Juve. I come out to the team my finger. I'm ready to the team my finger. Paint and oil, rub it all over. Let me get money together. I come out to the team my finger. I'm ready to the team my finger. Chop come from a grenade. I come out to the team my finger. I'm ready to the team my finger. Paint and oil, rub it all over. Let me get money.
Bethel New Grade!
I come out to the team my finger. I'm ready to the team my finger. Paint and oil, rub it all over. Let me get
Remember, we're here to educate, elevate, and emancipate. When this man finished with Bethel, New Grange, what you gonna do? They say he got eliminate. Brothers and sisters, we live into Lambeau. How you feeling? Let us share it for the Tobago People's Party. And we just mix it up. We entertain as well. So we have a youth from Yard, a youth that born here, a youth that live here, and a youth who could testify as to this man that is coming and endorse and support, a man that he has interacted with and was motivated by. You see, when we choose our candidate, we don't choose candidate who born and grow overseas, who had to catch flight and come in. I mean, they may be working outer, inter, but they're from here. I bring him to you, a cultural, someone with talent, a cultural ambassador, a youth who will come and say a few things to you, maybe but in a musical form. Shakwan!
TPP. Let me hear them horns. Let me hear them make some noise. Bossman, let me come in there. 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 So let me see you wave your flags high. We going and start the madness by the door. Don't watch no one say this is my time. We come to mash it down, can't wait no more. So you better believe TPP now leave. So we gonna be right there wearing TPP on the sleeve like feathers and beads. If you're proud to represent TPP right now, I want to see your flags, right? Yeah? Get something and fling it up. 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 Fling it up. Fling it up. Say this is our time to feel alive. Now go let nobody come break we vibes. We could feel the energy when we come to life. Now yeah, why? Cause this is so you better believe TPP now leave. So we go be right there wearing on the sleeve like feathers and beads. Everybody 1, 2, yeah, whip, whip, whip. Get something and fling it. Get something and fling it up. Get something and fling it up. Get something and fling it up. Fling it up. Fling it up. Are we listening, right? TPP is the code, yeah. We are beautiful people, one of a kind. We form in a line, and we voting for them every time. We gonna show the whole world. If you're proud to represent TPP tonight, I wanna see all the flags, I wanna hear all the horns, and we taking a jump, right? Ready, 1, 2, jump. Just jump to the place, all over the stage. Get something and say we ain't watching our face. Just jump to the place, all over the stage. Get something and whip it, whip, whip. So we not gonna leave, so we gonna be TPP on the sleeve, like feathers and everybody jump. 1, 2, jump, 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 jump. Get something and fling it, get something and fling it up, get something and fling it up, get something and fling it up, fling it up, fling it up. So, if all you know that TPP taking the next election and the next one and the next one, or you believe that TPP far from finished, let me hear some ones. That's what we're talking about. Run it, Ali. Now this song here talks for itself, yeah? Yeah. I say na na, I say na 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 na, I say na na na, I say na 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 na, I say na na na. I say na 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 na. I say na na. Do so. Na 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 na. Say we never run it easy for the brands and the bling, no the expensive thing way. I never had the money. Never had nice living. And mama say, oh, you could have what? Just work hard for yours. I say, mama, you know I work hard for sure. Oh. May Jaja bless me with the opportunity. Wave. Now I could drink champagne when I thirsty. Now I could see only thing I never see. They say TPP, you man so lucky. Now I thank me father and my family. Say what? If all they know TPP far from finish, sing it. Say I'm far from finish. Love the light that whoa, oh. Say I'm far from finish. Whoa. Love the life that I live in. Yeah, yeah. I say na 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 na. Sing. I say na na. What? I say na 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 na. I say na na na. I say na 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 na. I say na 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 na. Yeah. I say na 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 na. Forever thankful for doubters in the past and the people who laugh. Forever grateful for all the times you fail. You can't give up. What's for you is for you. I said, Papa, you know I will never stop. I tell all of this song talks for itself, yeah, why? Country to country, now we got drink champagne when I thirsty. Now I can see everything I never see. They say the Lambeau youth man so lucky. Now I thank the father and my family. Smiling cause trust me, Lambeau's so lovely, boy. And I'm far from finished. And I can't believe it, no. Everybody, one more time before we go, yeah? If all you're happy to be repping WAS tonight, Wayne WAS Clark, repping TPP. Let me hear all you say it right now, right? Bossman, let me come in there. 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 TPP, just wave your flags high. We going and start the madness by the door. Though what no one said, this is my time, my time. We come to mash it down, can't wait no more. So you better be keeping a leaf. So we go be right there wearing carnival. Like feathers and anybody proud to be repping TPP right now? I want to see the flags, yeah? Get something on, get something on, get something and fling it up. Get something and mash up the place now. Get something and fling it up. Wave it. Fling it up, fling it up. Say mash up the place now. Feel alive. Now go let nobody come break we. We could feel the energy when we come to life. Now yeah, why? Cause it's CPP time, so you better be that we not go. So we gonna be right there wearing TPP on we. Like feathers and everybody jump. Say 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, jump. Get something on, get something on, get something on, get something on. Fling it up. Let me see the flag so. TPP is the code, yeah. So we are beautiful people, one of a kind. We form in a line, and yeah, what? Say we voting for them every time. We got a groove and we moving in time. We gonna show Tobago. Oh. TPP is yours, TPP is mine now. Just jump to the place. All over the stage. Get something and wave. Me and what you know. Just jump to the place. I could come down. Yeah? So you better believe. TPP now leave. So we go be right there wearing carnival on the sleeve. Like feathers and beats. Wherever we jump. Get something and fling it. Get something and fling it. Get something and fling it. Get something and fling it up. Fling it up. Fling it up. Everybody, my name is Shaquan George, and believe it or not, this was my first release, right? And let me just give you a brief story before I go. This was my first release, and one of the determining conversations that I had was with Was in his vehicle. I said, boy, I write in all the time for everybody. I said, I want to run out now, I want to drop some music, I really want to do this. He said, boy, me no music, man. I can't tell you, well, don't run out or run out, but whatever I decide to do, I have your back. And he was one of the very few people that decided to push me and even as much as invest in me. You understand? So I just want to say thank you, and thank you. Yeah? Get something and fling it up.
Let's hear it for Shaquan. Brothers and sisters, remember we're here to educate, elevate, emancipate, entertain. I want to introduce a new word tonight. You may need to research it with Webster's or Collins. Esculate. Let me explain myself. In order to esculate, you'll need to accommodate. Remember, on Monday, 12th January, we're going out to the polls very early.
You respect that?
And place your X next to the symbol of the... Now, brothers and sisters, we have different biological signals. In other words, early morning, some people smell different to some. Some persons, when they speak, they may give a different chemical reaction to others. But because we want to escalate, we will accommodate. Be mild, be kind with those that you take into the polls, even though their biological signals may be different to yours. We need everybody at the polls. So after Monday, those who we had to escalate, we will have a conversation with them. But whilst we're taking them to the polls, we will be kind. We will be courteous. And we'll accommodate. Because we need to come in, brothers and sisters. Now, you know the Tobago People's Party is not without talent. And persons understand purpose in this party. We have a gentleman from the West. Each time there is a very difficult and humongous task, he ends up being the one called to deal with this task. Remember when we have to move a fella by the name of, is Isaac or Jacob? There's a fella down in the east. What's his name? Thank you. There's a fella down in the west holding the seat and walking with food card in the pocket. What's his name? Isaac? All your courthouse closed. Go ahead. So when it was time to move this fella, they called another fella from the west who represented the Tobago People's Party. When it was time, somebody tell him, what they tell him to do what? The lady tell him, what she said, arrive, appear. When he appear like she turn her apple. So I call in a fella tonight to endorse Wayne Waps Clark, one who is accustomed to working miracles, one who afraid the task or a mountain. I bring in a fella who now he started within the Tobago House of Assembly, but decided taking it a step higher. From the west, we want to call Joel, not say, appear. We're calling him to appear tonight.
I wonder how you send your little youth go to school when every day you're dead from corner and shopping for the tool. See me every hour, every time when my pass. I for wonder if your eyes in my magnifying glass. See me that me can't open me glass. Then got me up for wonder if it aspire you are working for your boss. And every day I tell me let time for thing me up for wonder if you cripple or you answer.
What I tell you to do? Lambeau, Lowlands, good night. Lambeau, Lowlands, good night. Allow me to recognize our political leader, the Honorable Farley Chavez Augustine, Deputy Political Leaders, Dr. Faith Brebner, Assemblyman Natisha Charles Pantin, Assemblyman Trevor James. Allow me to recognize the Chairman of the Tobago People's Party, Miss Natasha Ann II. Allow me to recognize all other executive members. Most important, last but not least, you the public, you the people of the beautiful electoral district of Lambeau Lowlands. When I say last but not least, I see a man winking up in the eye there, in the back. But let me recognize my friend, my colleague, my brother, Wayne Was Clark, the stinger that will sting them come January the 12th. Lambeau Lowlands, I want to talk to you for a bit tonight. Tonight, I'm not here for laughs and for raves and for waving and for screaming, but I'm here to talk to you seriously about something. You have a representative that has represented you well for the past 4 years. He has been down in the trenches. He has been in the drains. He has been at your house. He has been all over working for you and representing you. You could call him 6 o'clock in the morning. Bet your bottom dollar, Wasp is there for you.
You respect that? You respect
I remember when we had the last hurricane here. He called me. He said, "Big dog, where you?" I said, "At home." He said, "I come in for you." He said, "Get your tall boots, get your jacket, and we move in." And from morning till night, I looked on and watched as Wayne Was Clark was cutting down trees, was clearing roads, was clearing drains. And that is the sort of representation that you need. That is the sort of representation that will continue come January the 12th.
You respect that? You respect that? You respect that?
This administration has had to climb mountains, go down through valleys. But one thing that we are assured of, the anchor held firm and strong during that 4 years.
You respect that? You respect that? You respect that?
I want Tobagonians to remember when the former Prime Minister spoke some years ago and said, if you vote for these people, you would suffer. And that is what they did. But Tobagonians, this administration, led by the Honorable Farley Chavez Augustine, stood the task. We stood up to the time. We stood up to the pressure. And we held firm. And we represented. And we produced. And Tobago is now on its way to becoming the greatest little island on the planet.
You respect that? You respect that?
So on the 12th of January, there is no other choice. Remember the symbol. It's the anchor for the anchor holes. Well, I done paint 15 rest caskets already and put them in the political cemetery because when we're done with them the 12th of January, there shall be no more. You have an opportunity to vote an indigenous party, a Tobago party, born and birthed right here by you. As the thing, it says, read it out, Tobago is we. We are not led by a party or a leader who is in Port of Spain, who is penniless, who is clueless, and who is visionless. But we are led by a great visionary from the East. As they say, wise men come from the East. We are led by the Honorable Farley Chavez Augustine. I see they have a slogan, put Tobago first again. So I am asking myself, for 21 years, where were we? We were in the bottom of the barrel. We were down to the bottom. But thank God for this TPP administration. We have risen and we are on our way to the top and becoming the greatest little island on the planet. So come the 12th of January, 2026, there may be many choices, but there is one option. The symbol, the anchor. The party name, the Tobago People's Party. The candidate, none other than Wayne Was Clark, the stinger.
You respect that?
Because that is representation you can trust. That is representation that shows up and shows out each and every day. Not sporadically, not once a monthly, not cookingly, but he's great as well. And he's a great chef as well. So we don't need no harvest God. We have our own cooking God here. So come the 12th of January, when it's 6 a.m. and the first cock crow, grab your mommy, grab your granny, grab your nenen, grab your auntie, grab your tanty, grab your brother, grab your sister, and go out to the polls and vote for Wayne Was Clark and vote for the Tobago People's Party. Before I leave, I want to endorse Wayne Was Clark publicly because he has done what no other has done for this electoral district. So at this moment, I want to invite to the stage The man that is going to sting them on the 12th of January. The man that is going to continue representing this electoral district of Lambeau Lowlands. I bring to the stage to you, Lambeau Lowlands, raise to your feet, raise your flag, blow your horn as we welcome Wayne Was Clark. I thank you.
The night was full of moving with Diane. Around town we looking for action. Or was we hunting for pet with heavy swing? Or jam was feeling good so we stayed. Feeling the groove, the girl in a quiet mood. But she inciting me to behave rude. She find out the result so she pulled away. Left me and run out of the stage. And start to sing but DJ play, play. Mr. 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 DJ play, Mr. DJ give me some jam to break away. Mr. DJ give me some jam to break away. Mr. DJ give me some jam to break away. 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 She jump and prance and fall down on the ground. Give me some jam to break away. 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 She jump and
Lambeau, good night. Lambeau, good night.
You respect that?
Lambeau, good night. Political leader, Farley Chavez Augustine. Deputy political leaders, Dr. Faith Brebner, Trevor Williamson James, and Natisha Charles Pantin. Chairman of the Tobago People's Party, Ms. Ann Natasha II. Be prepared to change your surname come January the 12th. It's Ann first. Good. Other members of the executive, and most importantly, you who came out here tonight in your numbers, a pleasant good night to each and every one of you. Well, with endorsements like these, you know, sometimes you go to a funeral and people actually just say some things that mightn't be the way, you know, they say it. But you know, everything they said tonight is actually truth. Yeah, it's true. First, I want to thank the village at Lambeau. I want to thank you for I becoming the man that I am. I went to Dorothy Moses Nursery School, a great institution, in 1968. And then I went on to Lambeau Anglican School. I really didn't stay there long, but I had big intentions. I just want to let each and every one of you in the crowd tonight know that it doesn't matter where you start. It's how you want to run your race and how consistent you are. And that is what will determine where your destination is. I want to let you know that the Tobago People's Party didn't ask for degree, they didn't ask for doctorate, they asked for representation. So here I am. I want to let you all know that we have a leader that don't watch what papers you have. Because when he asks me where your papers, I say, well, I had the Guardian, the Express, the Newsday, which one you want?
You respect that? You respect that?
But he asks me if I come to work, I say yes. He said, well, come you inside. So we ain't sick and mad on papers. We're sick and mad on representation. We're sick and mad on doing the work. We're sick and mad on you staying on the ground. We're sick and mad on you doing what is required to raise your community and raise this island.
You respect that? You respect that?
I want you all to know. I want to talk to you tonight. I want to talk not only to you standing here. I want to talk to who might be home in their house and listening. I want to talk to the youth. Stop complaining and get out there on the front line and make something happen. I didn't complain. I get up and went out and make something happen. Tobago has enough opportunities for you to get up and make something happen. Don't worry about no qualification. Once you have the right mind and the right intention and you're prepared to work, that is qualification enough. I want you to understand that the table in the Tobago People's Party is made of elastic, and once you persevere, it will stretch to accommodate you. There's a place for you at that table.
You respect that?
I want you to understand that once you're sincere in what you do, great shall be your reward. I want you to understand, don't spend your life, you see, when you're young, the worst thing to do is waste that youth because you don't come back. Spend your youthful days and your fruitful days investing in things that make sense. Listen, if you choose a life as sports, it only goes till your late 30s most time. And you have all the time to smoke, drink, do whatever you want after. But whilst you're doing it, whilst you're involved and whilst you're locked in, give it your all, give it your best. And Tobago has shown over the years that the people who gave their best went to the top. Look at Dwight York. Look at Boucher. We buried him yesterday, but you know what? His memory live on because he made a contribution. Look at so many Tobagonians who didn't watch where they come from, who didn't watch what their background was, who didn't watch how much hell they catch when they were small. They watch where they want to go, and they achieve and they conquered. I want you to look at yourself and understand that where Dwight York is, where Boucher went, where any famous person reside, you could be there too. Don't throw your life away. The street corner is always there. That corner was there before you, and that corner will be there after you. The block was always there. Use the block for leisure, not occupation. Don't sit there every day and become unproductive. I want you to understand that there's a place for you if you want to be a productive young man, if you want to be a productive young woman. I didn't born with no gold spoon in my mouth like that, I say. I work CPEP. Well, not CPEP. CPEP didn't come out yet. Special works, URP. I did it all. I cut last the road. I clean drain. I paint house. But there was never one moment when I thought what I was doing was disgraceful. There is no disgrace in an honest dollar. There is no disgrace in going out there and sweat for what you want when the day comes. So don't watch no status. Don't watch anything. Go in front of the mirror, watch yourself and say, I could make it. And I going right to the top. Don't care how they try to hold you down. You gonna make it. Once you're dedicated, you gonna make it. Once you're responsible, you gonna make it. I want each and every young person to understand that there's a place for you at the top. You just have to want it and work for it. I didn't have an easy time. But I never stopped looking at the top. I never stopped wanting the best for myself. And I ain't reached nowhere yet because, you know, one day a man asked me, now that you win the election, you're on top, what next? I said, no. The good book says, he that is greatest among you shall be your servant. So I'm now ready to serve at a next level.
You respect that? You respect that?
Let us get into some serious business, brothers and sisters. I want you to, every night I come on the platform, I talk about it. Because I don't want you to forget it. The other side keep peddling lies because they want it to stick. I got to keep peddling the truth, and I know it got to stick. $900 million. $900 million. That's a debt that we inherit. And the same people who run up that debt is the same people who running all over this island. Everything they see you do, they're talking about what would the procurement and what you procure and what you do. But you know what? When they was giving out contracts coming to the election, the one that they lost, they was just giving people letter and say, go on, take a walk. Go on, do the work. I want you to know, I want you to understand, God, this is the truth. I ain't come up here to lie to you. When people come to my office and they come with a request, I tell them the same way how God does answer prayer. It's the same way I go operate with you. Because if I am created in his image and likeness, then I have to tell you, your request could be met. Yes, it cannot be met or not now. I wouldn't lie to you and had to hide when I see you because I like to walk around the place and don't look back. I don't like to duck and weave. I like to be straight up with you. And if you hate me for the truth. And if you love me for the truth. But I'm going to tell you the truth, and I'm going to tell you the truth every day.
You respect that? You respect that? You respect that?
When these people leave that debt, the same people who run up that debt is the same people who went and get some contractors and start to rile them up and say, make noise for your money. Knowing fully well that even if we give them everything we had for development, it wouldn't work still. It's still going to have people who ain't get nothing because it just ain't enough to pay. It's the same people who want to tell you about put Tobago first. But think about this. If you have to put Tobago first again, when was Tobago first? You see, they just sell out themselves in what they're saying. They say again, you ask the question now when we was first. Tobago probably was first when Robinson and Morris stood up in that parliament and advocate for Tobago to get internal self-government. Tobago was first. Yes, Tobago was first.
You respect that?
Tobago was first. When APT James lead the fight for Tobago, Tobago was first then. For the past 21 years before this fall that we enjoy, there was nothing at Tobago was first. Tobago sometimes was, the two of them begin with F, but sometimes Tobago was forgotten. Wherever you see a finance minister giving a budget speech and telling them, good luck with that. That is the highest form of insult you could ever get. Because Tobago simply, if we have to grow, we need money. And listen, you know these people are very disrespectful. We trying to develop Tobago, we want money. We're looking for foreign direct investment. We're looking for all kind of investment. You know who them put to the head of the party and sending them up here to campaign? Penny. How long Penny gone out? We don't want no penny, dollars we want. It's big dollars we want. We don't want no penny. Let Penny stay in Port of Spain. I want you not to forget, in 2013, everybody, a lot of people say, what's the downfall of the TPP? Not TPP, the TOP. They said that was the downfall of them because they bring up people to campaign and they themselves campaign on that. But look now, they say a drunk man will catch at a straw. When you're desperate, you just do all kind of things because we need dollars and they're pushing penny for we. And the penny ain't even pretty. It's not no penny we want dollars.
You respect that?
It's dollars we require to develop Tobago. Dollars will develop. Let them pause with their penny in Port of Spain. We don't want no penny. No, that's the treasury said they stop making cent, 5 cents because it's too expensive to make. So if they stop making them copper money, where you going with penny? Come on, man, be real, man. It come like you ask a man to give you something, buy a beer for me and he give you a penny. He's insulting you. We in Tobago looking to go on the way up. We looking to develop. We looking to do what is required to become the greatest little island on the planet. And you gain we penny? We want no penny, man. And I want to remind you about something. It might sound humorous. You might think it's a joke, but it ain't no joke. How much of you all could remember in the House, in the legislature when we had this sitting? Can't remember the exact. What was the number? But the Chief Secretary showed you all some videos in the House about how we inherit the residents. I don't know if you all could remember that. And that, brothers and sisters, was one of the most distasteful things that you will ever see. And I don't want you to forget, because it's the same man. It is same, when people lose, they just do all kind of things, you know. It's the same man who come in now and asks you to be your chief secretary. When he lose, he pee up on all the chair and cut up the couch them and says the dog and the cat. Well, I got news for you. You, your dog, and your cat go stay wherever you're there. The chief secretary residence in Lowlands is for Farley Chavez Augustine for the next 4 years. You ain't going and pee up down there again when you lose. None of that. If your bladder weak, stay out of politics. Because when you lose, you just pee. We ain't want nobody to pee up the place. And the chief secretary had to go now and change out everything in there. It's the same man coming back now and asking you to be your chief secretary. Remind him, tell him, no, we don't want no chief secretary with weak bladder. He got caught with too much in Pampers. When you lose, you don't pee up the place. We ain't going down that road. You might laugh, but it's not a joke. It really happened. This thing happened. Go back in the archives and see when the chief secretary showed the video in the House. It happened. What, brothers and sisters, are we doing with people of that caliber? What are we going to do with people who believe they either naturally have weak bladder or conveniently have weak bladder? But I ain't come to talk about that. I just come to say why you not going back there. So let him keep his weak bladder. He could stay where he there and pee and nobody ever know. I want to talk about the Corland Beach Sport Facility. And I've been very, very serious with you, brothers and sisters. We got you all kind of hell to complete that place. When we decided, and if it's one thing I must give him credit for, the chief secretary does listen. Because, yes, we had 1 and 2 run-ins. If I call him and he ain't answer, if I call him and me and get him, I just go and buy something to eat and drive down by resident park up Choba. Me see it, I say, well, you could take how long you want out there. I gotta be here when you come.
You respect that?
I don't move.
You respect that?
And when he come, he does see me. But when we was going and when the Commonwealth Youth Games was coming to Tobago, well, Trinidad and Tobago, because the international community don't recognize that Tobago or Trinidad, they recognize Trinidad and Tobago. when I went to England with the former MP, Shamfa Kojo, to the Commonwealth Sports Ministers Conference. That is where Trinidad and Tobago won the bid to host the games. And the arrangement there in England at the time, when we won the bid, was that the track events will be hosted in the Dwight York Stadium. That was the arrangement. Suddenly, overnight, we hear we can't leave out the capital city and they move everything to Trinidad, the track events. And that is what they have been doing to us for the past years. But you know, sometimes some people just try to give you something what they think is the worst and it come out the best. Yes. So they bring rugby. They said they're going to give you netball. They said they're going to give you all the things that they feel and go score. You know, when we hosted those events, every day the rugby score. Every day inside that cultural complex, the volleyball was beach. The complex was netball. Shaw Park was rugby. We did a refurbishment job on Shaw Park. Shaw Park was rugby. And when the games ended, and the president of the Commonwealth, Dame Louise Martin, she told me, Tobago needs to lift the head high. Tobago needs to be proud. Because this is her talking, I have been to every one of these games, and this is the best we ever see. Not in Trinidad and Tobago, but the events that Tobago hold was far superior and far the best. And if the head of the Commonwealth sporting body could say that, then who is we to think different? They are at home when they come here. They come here and enjoy good events. And I want you to understand that sometimes you need to beat your chest and understand that Tobago is right up there with the rest. We had a visit from the president of the World Kickboxing Association. Well, this part of the world. And when I took them, they called me on Christmas Day. They said, we know it's Christmas, but we wanted to go and see the complex. We heard about this facility. I said, Christmas, Santa Claus gone after today, the complex going to be there, and we were eventing, they come, let we go. And I went up there lunchtime, Christmas Day, and reached them. And when they went inside, one of the guys said, I ain't saying this to you because you're standing here, and I want you to feel good. I'm saying this to you because it's true. This is the best indoor facility in this part of the world.
You respect that. You respect that. You respect that. You respect that.
I want to tell you something about in that facility. When we got into office, I heard by the wayside, I heard on the street that there was a wooden floor that was bought for Tobago and never used. I said, well, the chief tell me I had a little oversight over sports, so let me go and check it out. I went in. I asked the person who was in charge of the complex at the time. I said, morning, sir. I come to find out, I heard that there was a wooden floor inside the complex here. He said, yes, well, he said in here is not for sport. I said, well, show me a deed. You have a deed for in here? I really said something that wasn't too nice for an audience like this, but I had to use strong language and demand that we get that floor out and we get that floor down, because our children not rocking out their knee down in Shaw Park Court and we have a wooden floor sitting in a storeroom up there. No, take the floor out and let me play. And for today, brothers and sisters, I'm happy to report to you that the Tobago Basketball Association would have concluded the first season totally indoors. You explain to me what manner of person will have something that could make your life easy and decide to lock it away and deprive you of using it. But the thing about it, and every time I face off with somebody like that and had to use strong language, they run and tell the chief secretary that I cuss them. I ain't cuss nobody. Listen. Imagine you have a floor worth millions of dollars and sitting inside a storeroom and your people can't use it. That is thing to cuss. But me and cuss, I just say bring it out and me and taking no for an answer. That's what I say. Imagine you have all kind of thing going on and these people has been buying all kind of equipment with Tobago people money, and these equipment sit there and expire. Never use. You never get the use of it. Sometimes you don't even know it there. You wonder why they buy it. I could tell you that with this TPP government, with this TPP administration, everything we buy is for you, and everything we buy will be used by you. Use it, use it, use it until you can't use it no more. Because we buy it for you. We ain't going and buy nothing to stop. The only thing this administration is going to store away for a long time is something on January 12th. We're going to store away 15 naughty people who has been naughty for Tobago, naughty to Tobago over the years. And it's kind of prophetic, or what you might call it, that in the Christmas season we campaigning. Because when you were small and growing up, they tell you, Santa watching and he knows who has been good or bad. And I could tell you, the same color that Santa Claus does come in, them is the people that has been bad to Tobago. Them is the people that has been naughty to Tobago. But we're going to cast them away come the 12th of January and let them stay where they belong. They have an elf. They have reindeer. But even as I watch around, all the reindeer leaving one by one. They had a strong reindeer named Nazi. He leave and come over. They had another reindeer just recently, Keegan, who was pulling the party along. He leave and come over. But the first and the main reindeer that was able to leave that Santa Claus was A&R Robinson. And if you follow a great man, you're destined for great things.
You respect that?
We have a party here. We have a party here that is Tobago built, Tobago owned, and Tobago certified. We had to call Port of Spain to make no decision. And even as they try to squeeze you, they try to squeeze you over and over. When we was going through COVID and they refused to open the beach. All you remember that? Yes, it took a man like Farley Chavez Augustine to say, you give me 6 miles, you can't tell me what to do in this 6 miles. Nobody and swimming out 6 miles. Open the beach, and the beaches was open. Yes, the beaches was open. You see, when you don't have to get instructions, you could make decisions and make decisions without fear or favor. You could make decisions without worrying who you're going to offend. Because when you're making good decisions, the only people you're going to offend is those who think they're not at an advantage anymore. It's those who think, well, I am benefiting from the decision he make. So they're going to try to demonize you. They're going to try to do you all kind of thing. But let me tell you, this TPP administration withstood 4 years of that red storm. 4 years at the Red Sea. And let me tell you, we're on the verge of parting the sea again and let the blue wave flow through. We're on the verge of it. January 12th, end for. I want to take you on a little journey in my constituency. And then we go deal with Tobago. And then we go jump up. And then I go come off. And we go rest. And we go win. I don't know how much of you pass by the traffic light to come up, but there's a park there, the William Mackenzie Park. And people come and tell me about changing the name, and I ain't on that. I want a place where the people could play, where the children could relax in a safe space. I don't care what the park name. It's a park I want, not a name. And when you look at the park, brothers and sisters, spacious. But if you're trying to say you're developing your people on one end, and that is one thing we don't do, we don't invest enough in the actual people. Development is not buildings, and development is not all the fancy thing, and the people not equipped to enjoy those things that you provide. Development is first starting with your people. And I went and watched at that park. I said, how we going to start to develop this park? I said, okay, as small as it might sound, let us put toilets here. It's 3/4 way up. Toilets will be in that park. Because you can't ask your young ladies to go there and play and have fun, and then when they're ready to pee, you tell them go in the bush, them and Dennis. Is he does pee? Is he does pee up all over the place? We can't ask we young women. We have to ensure that they grow and develop with some dignity. And we put the toilets down there. They got done just now. I want to tell you something further about the toilets. Those toilets that you see going up down there is not the government money. Those toilets that you see going up down there is citizens, people in and out of the constituency who believe that what we're doing is a good thing, and they came on board. A pallet of blocks, a pallet of blocks, a pallet of cement. We could do it if we only try. If we come together, we could do it.
We respect that. We respect that.
So that park, it might take a little time, but you got to finish. And one of the things that I try to implement upon being elevated as the secretary of the Division of Community Development, Youth Development and Sport is to try to use what we have available. We have a lot of good tradesmen. Sometimes the men out on a walk and you're asking them, why are you finishing this thing? Listen, our problem on this island is a supervision problem. That's a big part of it. And when the men tell you some things, I say, well, I did think called lazy, but I changed my mind. Men sit down waiting 2 weeks, a month for a bag of cement. I mean, come on, what kind of mind you have? A man getting $300 a day, 2 something a day, and all of them come in and sit down and can't produce for $80. We have a supervision problem, and we have to address it. If we have to get developed nation status, if we are to be the greatest island on the planet, then we have to we act together and start to work for Tobago, work for your children, work for the next generation. We just have to work. It has no easy way. Because when we people leave here and go abroad, they just go and work. Because you ain't have nobody up there to listen. You tell them, but your mommy had diarrhea, so you couldn't come work this morning, but you want to pay. It ain't have that up there. How come the same person who live here want to cuss the foreman mother if you tell them you can't be coming late every morning? Going in our next man land and he first reaching and working so hard, and sometimes he get work hard a month. Because you ain't have nobody out there to listen to your sour prayers. The man out there telling you, if I'm paying you for work and you have to work. And we have to get to that place if we have to be on our way up. We have to produce, like it or not. We have to produce. One of the first things I did when I went and assumed the office as secretary was to call all the workers together, call all of them in the hall and tell them, listen, this ain't working. He might be working for you, but he ain't working for Tobago. You can't be supervising people and you had to reach to work for 8 o'clock and you stroll in here at 10 o'clock and had to take breakfast before you do anything. That had to stop. And if you want to tell me, within 10 minutes, I'm here telling them that the chief secretary get a call, say how I bullying them. But if I had to bully you for you to produce and make Tobago great, then I will bully you every day because you had to work. You had to do the work. It's the only way we could be up. It's the only way we could move up. He ain't had no easy way. A lot of all you must see that read more Bible than me. How much time you see the word easy in the Bible? Because no, to develop and to get ahead, it can't be easy. The heights that great men reached and kept was not attained by sudden flight, but while their companions slept, they were toiling upward through the night. We had to toil through the night if we want to be able to grow. We had to toil through the night if we want to be able to rise. We have to toil through the night if we want to be able to become the greatest little island on the planet. We had to toil. The chief secretary give me a work to do, and I got to do it. I got to do it without fear or favor. All who want to talk about us cuss. The only cussing thing is that all of us do things for cuss, but me ain't cussing. I'm just telling you, do what you're getting paid to do. I pay you, give me work. And if you think that is cuss, well, I got cuss. If you think that is cuss because I asked you to do what you're getting paid to do, well, it's up to you. Call it what you may, but once you're under my leadership, you have to work. I don't have to clock a card. I don't have to sign a book. But I try to make it my duty to get there for 7 o'clock every morning. I try to get there early because I understand that you have to lead by example and you have to lead from the front. Even if you have something to do, get there on time, set up everything and go and do your thing and come back. The machinery going to be working even in your absence. We have to get to that place. I want to go down to Lowlands. But before I leave Lowlands, when I got voted into office, when I was successful in 2021, I didn't wait. The government can't do everything, and we have to understand that. The government can't do everything. And then who is the government? Sometimes you just have to take a little extra time and do something to raise your community. We had to take a little extra time and contribute something to make our community better. So I didn't wait. I went out, I got a group of volunteers because, believe it or not, there are people as bad as you think things might be. There are people who are prepared to help. There are people who are prepared to walk with you. There are people who are prepared to do the work with you. And those are the people that you have to find. And that's why I commend Farley Chavez Augustine, because he was successful in finding 14 other people who could do the work, who want to work, and who want to work. Come January 12th, when we win, we have to work, and we're going to make Tobago great. We're going to make Tobago the greatest little island on the planet. We just have to work. He has no substitute for that. One of the greatest footballers, when they asked him, how you come great? He said, when you were sleeping, I was training. He said, when you was fetting, I was training. When you was relaxing, I was training. I never stopped working hard. And if you keep doing something day in, day out, you must get better at it. And that is why the PNM so dishonest, because they spent 21 years practicing dishonesty against the people at Tobago, and that is why they can't do nothing honest, and that is why they can't do nothing straight. They practice dishonesty until they perfect it, and the only people who suffer while they keep doing this is the people of Tobago. Is the people at Tobago. We have to change. We have to change if we have to get better, if we have to do better. It mightn't sound nice, but sometimes they say Buckley stays awful, but you work. We just have to understand that as awful as it is, we have to get up from behind and do the work. It's the only way we can break through. are going down to Lowlands each and every Sunday morning. We might miss a Sunday now and then. I mean, they ain't getting paid. Sometimes I tell them, to take this Sunday off. The young men who accompany me on those mornings, I want to tell you that I hats off to each and every one of them. Because it's one thing if a man trick you and tell you he give you a work. And when you expect money, he tell you, hold on, or something meaning you ain't getting no money. But it's a whole other thing that needs to be commended when you know you have no money involved and you roll up your sleeve and come out there. You interested in seeing your community get better. And I had some young men like that, and I keep wondering how, and some women too, how I could reward these people. I dip my hand in my pocket and I buy some brush cutter and I tell them, man, look, all you come in here every Sunday. Some of you rarely and working. I appreciate that. The best I could do is look the brush cutter, make $1 for yourself, just give me 2 hours a week. And we've been doing that and it has been working. It wasn't THA money, it was my money. I sure that I give out about 5 brush cutters what was bought from my pocket. But sometimes you just can't have men coming and walking and walk. You have to give them some kind of incentive. And if they like landscaping, if they want to cut yard for people, I give you a brush cutter cut. Just give me 2 hours when the week come.
You respect that.
That is all. I go down to Lowlands. We had a situation in Lowlands where from the time I got into office, the people have been asking for one thing. They said we either had to come Lambeau or we had to go Mount Pleasant or whatever. We had no place to play. I said, me ain't good at telling lie, you know. I just try sometime, but it just hard. So me ain't good in that. I go see what could happen. And when I recognized time was going, and the poor Tobago House of Assembly pocket under strain, it ain't deep enough to do all the things that need to be done. I didn't wait. I said, Chief, I'm going and start. And I bring in an excavator at my own expense. And that place is cleared down in Lowlands, and very soon they're going to have a playground. It was done from my pocket. I didn't wait on the THA, and I didn't ask nobody else. I said you had to lead from the front. And if these people voted for you and put you in office, what is a month's salary to invest back on them? We had to learn to invest in one another. So very soon the people at Lowlands go get their play field that they could do what they want on it. They will get the play field. I assured them that that will happen. And I see that I get down to it, and it did happen. Sometimes you just doubt yourself only because you don't try. If you try, you will surprise yourself at the things you could achieve. Right in this Lambeau community, I want to talk about Dorothy Moses, early childhood. Well, we don't just call it Dorothy Moses Nursery School. Is when I leave that institution, I know was nursery. You know, we used to say naughty school. But I could talk it now because the principal talk it in public, so I know I get the freedom to talk it. This school was under pressure. This school was on the brink of falling through. And I went and talked to the principal. The principal said we might have to send home some of these teachers because we ain't get enough money, the population small, and it's problems to pay salary. I said, no, I went to that institution, and hell no, it ain't closing down. I pushed my hand in my pocket every month for that period of time and ensure that those teachers got something tangible to go home with. I did that out of my pocket, and I didn't want no camera. I didn't want to snap it. Because if you help somebody up when they're down, I don't like to publicize it. Because listen, everybody that Jesus healed, he tell them go on and don't tell nobody. How we could read about it in the Bible today. The news was too good to keep inside yourself. You had was to share it. And the news of the TPP. The TPP news is too big to keep inside yourself. And that's why we've been sharing it. And that is why Tobago leaving red and turning blue. The news good. I want you to understand and appreciate that every single area rep, well, I know about we 14. I can't talk for nobody else. And nobody 14 we have now, before the house was dissolved. Each and every one of them, you see them doing things in their constituency. Some people think that the THA give you money. It's not no THA money. It's your money. The only thing I glad for sometime, but when rain fall, I doesn't gladden. When rain fall, it's hard to the line down by yourself, you know. But the only thing I say, but if I get a wife, I would have to explain to she how I'm spending out this money sometime.
You respect that?
But me ain't get no wife, so me and nobody to make noise with me. But don't get tired up, you know. Don't feel like staying like chief stands alone all the time, you know. That ain't happening. But many times the investment you make, brothers and sisters, for it to be possible, it had to come out of your pocket. You have to show that you're prepared to invest in the community that invested in you one way or the other. You have to do that. You have to take the front when it's time to give. You know, I say I will not say nothing, but they are down in my office. And I am knocking on the door, but I know how to tell one youth group to come for a donation. But it's just how good news has spread, bad news has spread too. When I hear the knock, I take out the $500 and I'm going out. When I look, good thing you get a piece of glass by the door. I look through. I see about 5 people line up there, but I didn't tell the next 4 nothing but how they here. Tell the man, I said, boy, look, I feel I get fever. I couldn't go by the bank now, boy. But I still come out and I give him the money because I done promise them already. You know, it cost me 5 by 8. I said, boy, time like this, you ain't got no wife, you ain't gonna get cussed. Little after I see rain set up, I said, boy, look, me I'm making that joke, but no wife, now I go in and look. But I just want you to understand and appreciate sometimes the sacrifice we as area reps have to make. And don't fool yourself. Everybody will never like you, but everybody will never hate you. And in the case of the TPP, it's becoming very evident, it's becoming very true that more people like we than who hate we. The only people who hate him is them 14 red people.
You respect that? You respect that?
Upon entering office again, I give you my 4-year story. So once you could bear with me, I'm giving you. One parent come to me a day. He said, boy, I spend all that I have on my child because athletics expensive. And I really would have liked to go to the Caribbean Games to see my child perform. But the money just ain't there. I said, I feel I could do something about that. I called the chief secretary. He said, he busy, he couldn't talk to me at the moment. I said, don't worry. You can't talk to me. I got to find a way for you to talk to me. I buy me thing to eat and I go down there. And I park up. I throw back the seat. I check the time. I said, what, 9 o'clock he ain't come home yet? I'm waiting. 10 o'clock he ain't come home yet. I'm still waiting. When it was about 12:30, I see a light coming in. I said, well, the bridegroom cometh. I said, Chief, listen, we have to talk something. I want you to consider the Tobago House of Assembly sponsoring by way of airfare to each parent whose child made it onto the national team to go to the Caribbean Games wherever in the region that games is held.
You respect that? You respect
and I stand here proud to tell you tonight that he didn't even object. He said, go right ahead. And that first year the Caribbean Games was in Jamaica. We, sponsored by the way of airfare,
the Tobago House of Assembly, the 10 parents of the children that made it onto the Carifta team, the national team, one parent from each child, we sponsor a return ticket to Jamaica. 10 of them went and see their child perform.
You respect that?
But you know, sometimes when you do them thing, he just come back to bite you, but in a nice way. You know, the next year, 15 children make it to Bahamas, boy.
You respect that? You respect that?
Chief called me, he said, what will numbers look like? I said, 5 more. He said, go ahead. We took 15 parents to the Bahamas. Come Grenada. Well, like the news started spread now. Like if we offer ticket for performance, we gonna make it to the World Cup. When the Carifta was in Grenada, same thing. We carry the parents and all the children that made it on the national team. And I stand here proud to tell you today that going forward, once this TPP administration is in office, every Carifta, don't care where it is held, the parents of the children who made it to that team, you will have a ticket and you will be on the way to see your children perform.
You respect that?
I try my best to uplift the people that we represent. I try to invest in the people who put us in office because that's your first line of gratitude. You have to show them gratitude and you have to show them that you are prepared to invest in them. It wasn't by accident when those people on the other side was saying build a temporary facility down in Pigeon Point, and when the game's done, we go push it down and go away. I said, no, Chief, that ain't working. Let me go and build one that we could bring sport tourism to Tobago. And I stand here proud to tell you today that that is one of the best facilities in the Caribbean. Somebody sent a clip into me, and it was in the Barbados papers. You see, sometimes we don't shake we own hand and acknowledge we progress enough. So people just forget it quick. Someone sent an article for me from the Barbados papers saying that they are building a beach facility and they want it just like the one in Tobago. So we're doing something right. We're doing something right.
You respect that? You respect that? You respect that?
I also want to tell you, one day it was really pouring rain, and in that the housing scheme in Canaan, the old housing scheme, that is what I call it. Me, I know if you get next name, but it just mean the one that did a long time. Rainfall in the place flood out, and when I checked, was a little blockade. A little thing was blocking the water from going down into the pond that they have. I called Joel Sampson, and I want to commend Joel Sampson. When you call him, he does respond. He didn't say when the rain stopped. He asked me what we're going to do. I said, come with me. That time, no, he was the secretary, I was the assistant secretary. I said, well, me and you know what the thing there is, I want to know. So you could be all the secretary or go behind, let me go in front. And he let me go in front. And we went and roll up with sleeve and get down in that drain and clear the passage. And we see the water flowing like never before into the pond. And it is something about that. What that have in common, that act that we perform, have in common with January 12th. You know who was the blockade in Tobago way over the past so much years. And we go in the rain or sun come 12 and we go clear the passage. We go clear the passage. And Tobago progress go flow down like a mighty stream where we could actually achieve a respectable status not only as a nation but in the region and worldwide. We could do it. If anybody else could do it, we could do it. The people that you can't doubt their ability to work. If you want to talk about you are the children of slaves, then slaves work hard. Slaves work hard to get where they are today. We are the children of slaves, and we had to show that we could work hard. It's still in our bloodline. We had to work. And I could tell you that when we put we mind to something, we could achieve it. It's just like how we put we mind to coming together, building this great party, and come January 12th, we going to achieve victory. I want you to know that tonight is just a stepping stone. And even as I share with you, we are marching to victory come January the 12th. We have to take Tobago to our next level. We have to make Tobagonians understand that we could be great too. Tobagonians, we had to understand that we could be great too. And when you're talking about greatness, me and talking about greatness from the other party, them greatness is not no greatness. Them greatness is where you just take nail and pong on metal. Is that kind of greater there? Not greater than your past. We had to understand that it's time for each and every Tobagonian to roll your sleeve up and get ready to march forward. Roll your sleeve up, because it ain't gonna be easy. On your way to progress, all kind of obstacles coming your way. But I'm here to tell you that we have 15 strong people who can withstand any red storm. Any red storm. And listen, right now, it look like the red storm downgrade to a tropical depression, because come January 12th, the blue wave gonna blow them away. Is the blue wave gonna blow them away? I want you to also appreciate, brothers and sisters, sometimes when you're in office, you have to go through torture and survive it before you surface. Look at what they put with you. Trevor by Ivan so long. You ever see license officer going home in man yard to open their bonnet to check serial number? But I have a number for them to check. Come January the 12th, the serial number they're going to be checking is 555 against 15-0. That is what they're going to check. Let her check that. 15 seats we're looking for.
You respect that? You respect that?
You ever see, brothers and sisters, you ever see that you're going your merry way, trying to serve your island, trying to represent your island, and it's police busting in by you all hour and digging up in what I don't know what they're looking for? Let me be real. Even if you have some voice note that claim that was they were looking for, you seize the device, you take the man computer, you take the woman computer, what you expect to find in the panty drawer? I mean, let me be real. It's just torture you have to go through. Because you take the computer, you take the phone that you allege the evidence on. What reason you have to go break in people's house, terrorize their family? Listen, sometimes these things are easy to rebound from, you know. Tobagonians are people don't like this police thing. And if you behave bad as a child, you know your parents or your grandparents bound to tell you, I don't want no police coming in my house in the night. That is what they just tell you. Because they like to live on the proper side of the law. And we had our executive was going on the right side of the law, and they find a reason to come and terrorize you. But you know, sometimes everything does happen for our good. I was listening to Calypso, and they were saying, never again. Well, never again these red people go walk to any victory in Tobago. Never again they go terrorize the citizens of Tobago. Never again they go see the corridors of power. Never again. As the TPP is standing here, the TPP is standing tall and looking good. We could say with a measure of conviction, never again for them. Never again. Because when Carifta come around, You know, if it's them there, you can't fly to go and see your children. So tell them never again, because you want to see your children perform. When you're talking about bringing new events to Tobago, look up in Charlottesville, look how much people was up there to see the people dive off at the high thing. Yeah? We reach a place where ESPN want to jump on board. We know that is a well-recognized entity. And Red Bull, I tell them the only thing I have problem with, go and change your name to Blue Bull. But the thing about it is that event has potential for enormous growth, brothers and sisters. Enormous. The potential is sort of unending. And we have to rally around the things that take place on the island to show that initial support. Because it's only when people like to jump in something when it's well on the way. So if you rally and the people abroad seeing that you rallying and the thing good, people will start to come in. They talk about carnival. Who had the goal to bring carnival? Man, Kevin, you see me tonight? I home. Don't try that, you know. I in Lambeau. Give me a chance, you know. Me ain't taking that tonight, you know. It's very few times. It's very few times I just get a chance. I just get a chance to be the star boy. When I be in my star boy role, don't jump in me.
You respect that.
But I gotta wrap up in 5 minutes. Listen, if I didn't know better, I swear Kevin on the other side, you know. You know, as I started to talk to the man, come and tell me wrap up.
You respect that.
But it's okay. I like him still. So, even as I prepare to wrap up, I want to assure you that a vote for the TPP is a vote to stay on track. A vote for the TPP is a vote to stay focused.
You respect that.
A vote for the TPP is a vote indicating that you are interested in Tobago's progress. A vote for the TPP is an indication that I'm prepared to roll my sleeve up and work as hard as it is required to move Tobago up that ladder. A vote for the TPP will ensure that progress and development is right there within your reaches. And I just want to tell you, don't feel shame. Wave your flag anyway. Wave your rag anyway. Do what you have to do, because Tobago, we're moving up and we ain't stopping. Tobago on a right path and we ain't slowing down. Ain't no stopping us now. We on the move. The Tobago People's Party is on the move. And come January 12th, when you vote for the TPP, I'm telling you, you have shown that you make an initial development and an investment in Tobago. And we're going to move Tobago like it has never been moved before. I am about to leave the stage, brothers and sisters, but not before. Not before I tell you, I want you to wave your flag. I want you to wave your flag for the Tobago People's Party. I want you to wave your flag for Farley Chavez Augustine in Speyside. I want you to wave your flag for Faith Brebner in Belgarden. I want you to wave your flag for Natisha Charles Panton. I want you to wave your flag for Megan Morrison. I want you to wave your flag for Trevor James. I want you to wave your flag for Zorisha Hackett. I want you to wave your flag for Colonel Alexis. I want you to wave your flag for Nigel Tate. I want you to wave your flag for Darren Henry. I want you to wave your flag for Nikita Percy. I want you to wave your flag for all the TPP candidates. And I want you to take one wave that come January 12th. We're going to march to victory. We're going to march to victory. And we're going to make Tobago the greatest little island on the planet. Wave the flag for that. Tonight we're going to celebrate. Tonight we're going on bad. Tonight you have to raise your flag. Wave your flag because you're liberated. Wave your flag because you're brave. Wave your flag because you're proud. We're going to win this thing. We're going to win this thing. I have confidence that we're going to win come January 12th. There's no other like the Tobago People's Party. Wave your flag. I'm gone. I'm moving.
Give me some damn to break away. 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 She jump and pants and fall down on the ground. Give me some damn to break away. She jump and pants and fall down on the ground. Give me some damn to break away. She jump and pants and fall down on the ground. Give me some damn to break away. She jump and pants and fall down on the ground.
Lowland Lambeau on fire! Continuing the fire tonight, gentlemen, is an entertainer from within our shores. This gentleman, brothers and sisters, for over 2 decades, has been into the entertainment business. He has been singing, he has been songwriting, he has been into music engineering, and brothers and sisters, supporting our artists. He has not stopped, but like the TPP family, he's going blue wave tonight. Coming from our shores, brothers and sisters, Stone Tower.
Wayne Clark. Man, I feel be careful around them. What is it on blue wave? What? Hey! Wave. Lambeau, Lowlands, said they done setty. Tobago is on setty, yeah. The blue wave is on setty. Listen, faith and works, yes, we move with God. 60,000 strong the reward. Blue is the code, yes, we move with God. We don't want to harvest God. We move it with the blue wave. Lambeau said, pull it. Blue wave. Lambeau, Lowlands, said they done setty. We Tobago, that's done setty. Hey, Wayne Clark. Let me see me Lambeau people. Hey. Lowlands said they done setty. Tobago we done setty, yeah. The blue wave we done setty, yeah. Listen, faith and works, yes, we move with God. 60,000 strong the reward. Blue is the code, yes, we move with God. We don't want to harvest God. We moving with the blue wave. Tell them Clark is the new wave. Tell them we moving with the blue wave. Move with God. We tell them the anchor hold. We moving with the blue wave. Wayne was Clark as the new age. Tell them we moving with the blue wave. Move with God. We don't want no harvest God. Lowlands said they want longevity. Lambeau said they want longevity. Wayne was Clark until infinity. Divinity, infinity. Wayne was Clark is you we trust. The people them say you're well humorous, well grounded, diligent, man humble, eloquent. Voting and we voting Wayne Clark. Voting and we voting Wayne Clark. Voting and we voting Wayne Clark. No time to skylark, we moving with the blue wave. Wayne was Clark as the new age. Tell them we moving with the blue wave. Move with God. Tell them the anchor hold. We moving with the blue wave. Wayne was Clark as the new age. Tell them we moving with the blue wave. Move with God. We don't want no harvest God. Give me a next shot. Give me the next shot. All I know this one. Tobago People's Party. Come rally round the blue. I want a flag. I want a flag. Who giving me a flag? Hey, the anchor hole, yeah. Tell them the anchor hole, yeah. The anchor hole, yeah. Tell them the anchor hole, yeah. Beyond control, yeah. Tell them the anchor hole, yeah. The anchor hole. Ooh. Listen, Tobago, this is my land, the greatest little island on the planet. Understand it, real historic, yeah. Let's hold our meditation. Together we can stand strong, side by side, family by family, village by village, yeah. Blue is the code, step on the road, take control, say, oh yeah. Blue is the code, step on the road, take control. Oh, yeah. Tobago People's Party! TPP. Listen. The anchor hole, yeah. Tell them the anchor hole, yeah. The anchor hole, yeah. Tell them the anchor hole, yeah. Beyond control, yeah. Tell them the anchor hole, yeah. The anchor hole. Bring it down a little. Blue, blue, say God loves you, yeah. TPP is here for you, yeah. Red, red will make you pee your bed. Too much crime and violence. We don't want no bloodshed. Tell them, blue is the code. Step on the road, take control. Say, oh yeah. Blue is the code. Step on the road, take control. We're doing it one more time. All you ready? Let me see all the blue flags. Hey! Blue is the code when we step on the road. Blue is the code when we step on the road, yeah. Blue is the code when we take control. Tobago zone! The anchor hole, yeah. Tell them the anchor hole, yeah. The anchor hole, yeah. Tell them the anchor hole, yeah. Beyond control, yeah. Tell them the anchor hole, yeah. The anchor hole. Ooh. Pull it! Well, I am born and bred in Lambeau. Everybody knows Stone Tower Studios. As the man said, I've helped a lot of artists on the island, and I've been doing it 20 years now. That greenhouse up there, downstairs, that's Stone Tower Studios. My number is 704-5015. I'm taking free advertisement. Now I want to bring out one of the biggest songs I ever produced in my whole entire life. Bring it on. The man who said mash up the road. Who mash up the road? Wassa. Who mash up the road? Who mash up the road? Poké! The road, 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 the road. Who mash up the road? Who mash up the road? Pull up! TPP! I want to see the rocks on them now. I want to see the rocks on them now. The road, the road, the road, the road. All ready? The road. Who must up the road? 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 I tell you don't play what's to mash up the road. I tell you don't play what's to mash up the road. If you and mash it up, if you and mash it up, if you and mash it up, but you and mash it up and mash it up and mash it up and mash it up. The road, the road, the road. The road, Rohan go fix it. Hey, you know why? Paris go fix it. London go fix it. People gonna say what's a mash up all on the road. Only pain, what's a hand of control. They tell the water, let that drip out of the hose. How you go play what's up when we don't mash up the road? You're afraid way. Even though we mash up the road, you're afraid way. Hey. Who must up the road? 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 I tell you don't play wassa. Hey, I tell you don't play wassa. Hey, Rowley, and Valley. Hey, all are looking good. What the blue? I want to see the blue. The road, the road, the road, the road. Lando go fix it. Valley go fix it. Tomo go fix it. Hey, the road, the road, the road, the road, the road, the road. I love you. Match up in what I love, but let's feel it all in this.
Lowlands, Lambeau! Lambeau, Lowlands, you're hot like a chula. I want to share this quote with you tonight. The greatest leader is not necessarily the one who does the greatest things. He's the one that gets the people to do the greatest things. Ronald Reagan. Brothers and sisters, tonight, the greatest leader, one of the greatest leaders to pass on our shores, one of the greatest leaders currently on our shores, one who stood the trials of time and is leading his army into yet another journey. Brothers and sisters, the Honorable, our political leader, put your hands together.
I'm holding on in order to stay around in a life terribly imbalanced. For it is nature's way until judgment day. Weakness ain't got a chance. Playing strong cause I realize the price little one must pay to keep the big one in paradise. This torment and misery all day. Destruction of the weak is nature's plan. The humble and the meek must understand. Good night, TPP posse. Good night, Lambeau. I hear the whole village of Lambeau up here and nobody down there. Good night, Lambeau. It is a pleasure to be on this junction once again. And every time I come here, I have very good memories of the earliest political meetings right here in the streets, right opposite Live Wire with the people of Lambeau behind Wayne Wasp Clark. And I'm sure we can recall that when Mr. Clark started his political career, he wasn't successful the first time around. And then he tried again. And then he tried again. And is today the Secretary for Community Development, Youth Development, and Sport in the Tobago House of Assembly. And I want us to put our hands together and make some noise for Mr. Wayne Wasp Clark, who has demonstrated incredible growth as an individual and in his political career. Mr. Clark's story is inspirational to all of us. To all of us. And it shows that in this political party, this institution that we are part of, we allow for members of the party to grow. When Wayne first ran, people said, but why are you picking a man who are no subjects to his name? Why are you picking a man whose career, his life work was spent cutlassing the side of the road and cleaning the side of the road? But we believe in a Tobago that it does not matter where you start, how you start, that Tobago provides an avenue through which you can journey all the way to the top. And that's because the Tobago People's Party is about self-actualization. It's about ensuring that all of our people, all of our young people have a chance to grow and develop. And I want Clark's story to inspire every single one of our young individuals, young citizens of Tobago, that you too can ascend and aspire to the highest offices in the land, because there is room for growth and development for all of us. So let's hear it again for Mr. Wayne Clark, who will continue to be the era representative for Lambeau, Lowlands. It is now just after 10 p.m. And I know you have been out here for a long time. But now I won't keep you till 3 because I expect everybody to get up early in the morning. Get to your churches, those that are going to church tomorrow. Get the housework done. And that in the evening, we all heading up to Seaville and then to Speyside. So I expect to see you all the way up in the northeast in Charlottesville tomorrow evening first and then to Speyside thereafter. So we won't keep you out too late tonight. But tonight I want to speak to you about 2 things. Because all of the excitement that we have in these meetings, all of this excitement means nothing if you don't have a government that is disciplined and a government that cares about how we manage the finances and the affairs of the people of Tobago. And I want to take you back. And this is a very sobering message, so forgive me that tonight the message may not cause you to jump and wave plenty, but I want us to listen carefully. Every night is not a jump and wave night. This is proper public education and information for you tonight. When we came into office when I got sworn in as Chief Secretary on the 9th of December 2021, the first task at hand was to do an assessment of the state of Tobago's economy, the state of our finances, and to look at what we were in fact inheriting. We were a brand new government. We campaigned and we said, let me fix this. And now we had to look at what required fixing and how much monies we had to do the fixing. And sometimes when you do governance so good, it does look easy to other people. So all kind of Tom, Dick, Harry, and Jane think that they could just jump up and overnight they could run this place without understanding and having an appreciation for what we had to do to rein this island in, to manage our finances, and to put Tobago on good stead once again. And we must never, ever forget that it was this administration that rescued Tobago from many, many years of being left in a dilapidated state. When we got into office, Tobago, I want to remind you of 3 things. I want to remind you, because we came in December, which essentially was the fiscal year 2022. So the fiscal year starts in October. So we came in practically at the end of the first quarter of fiscal 2022. And I want to remind you of some figures. I want you to pay attention tonight. The first figure I want to remind you of is that when we came into office, we met in the unspent balances of the THA, meaning monies that rolled over from the previous fiscal year that was not utilized. Sometimes it's not utilized on purpose because the THA will not utilize some monies to ensure we have enough to finish paying off CPEP and URP. Or sometimes it was not utilized because divisions just could not execute the activities on time. The unspent balances of the Tobago House of Assembly at that point was only $50.8 million. I want you to listen carefully. So the unspent was $50.8 million. If you check how much we pay for probably CPEP and URP alone, we exceeded $90 million. And every fiscal year, we will receive approximately $9 million and $18 million respectively to treat with those 2 programs. But we spend upwards of $90 million on those 2 programs. So you know, from looking at this figure, we didn't even have enough monies to cover the basis insofar as paying CPEP and URP for that fiscal year, because normally we'll pull it from the unspent to treat with it. But you know what this administration did nonetheless? we found a way in 2022 to still increase the salaries for CPEP and URP, although we did not meet enough money to pay them. And that's because we understand how to manage the affairs of the people of Tobago in such a way that you, the people, benefit. So that's the first figure I want you to pay attention to. The next figure I want you to pay attention to is that we have something that is called a contingencies account. Now, the contingencies account, that's the account we spend out of when we have emergencies. Because the Tobago House of Assembly, before we came into office, did not have a standalone heritage and stabilization fund. There is the heritage and stabilization fund that the country has, but all that the THA had when we came into office is what is known as the contingencies account. A contingency is something you ain't planned for. So a hurricane come, contingency. Oil spill come, contingency. An earthquake comes, contingency. We wake up one morning and the entire road going to Castawa wash away, contingency. Because in budgeting, it is difficult to plan for the unforeseen. It's difficult to plan for the natural disaster that may or may not come our way. And all we met in the contingencies account of the THA was $395,543.88. In other words, we met just under $400,000 in the contingencies account. Now, if you know anything about governing this place, anything costing under $500,000 is considered a very small project. So if we have any real contingency on the island, any real emergency on the island, the truth is we did not inherit a balance in the contingencies fund that will allow us to treat with those emergencies. And then on top of that, we inherited a liability. Liability meaning what we owe people. We owe contractors, we owe gratuity payments, we owe payments to universities through the scholarship and bursary program. We owing people for school nutrition, for school feeding. We owing the maxi taxi drivers. When we count up what we owe as our liabilities, we were just over $970 million. Just shy of $1 billion in debt. That is what we inherited. And I, as Chief Secretary and Secretary of Finance, Trade and Economy, what did I do? The first meeting I had with anybody in the central government was with the then Minister of Finance, Minister Imbert. Call me Imbert. As a matter of fact, I got sworn in as Chief Sec on Thursday, the 9th of December. I got married on December the 12th, which was a Sunday. Monday the 13th of December, I was in work. So no honeymoon, either way you take it. And then by the following week, I was in Trinidad with a team to sit down with Minister Imbert to point out to him what we were seeing insofar as the liabilities of the Tobago House of Assembly. In that meeting, Minister Imbert was sure to point out to yours truly that every government does inherit debt, that everybody does come into government and meet debt. In other words, what you're making noise for, everybody does meet debt. Find a way to manage. You ask for the work, you get the work, find a way to manage the debt. And so we returned to Tobago, not getting a satisfactory response, and we said we have to figure this thing out, how we are going to figure out this thing. And as we started to dig, we realized that on top of the debt we were seeing in December, that in May 2021, and I want you to remember that in January 2021, it was 6-6. And it had 6 people who were claiming and playing that they are government, while the 6 were outside.
And the 6 people who were playing their government, led by one Mr. Dennis, went in May of 2021 and took out from bonded financing, which is essentially like a loan program, $165 million to fix roads. So we now had a debt where we have to pay back that $165 million. In fact, I want to tell you that that $165 million have to be paid back in full in 2027. All 165 have to be paid back in a bullet payment, in one payment. In 2027, sorry. We have to pay it back. So on top of the liabilities, they had taken out, while we were in this 6-6 over, and we were being promised that they will be fiscally disciplined, that they won't be doing any major spending, they still took out $165 million, claim that they're fixing roads, but look at the state of our roads. If $165 million was spent fixing roads in May, between May and December 2021, we shouldn't have no road to fix right now. All the roads should have been smooth and good. But as Plucky just said, they mash up the road between them and Wassa. They mash up the road. And that's what we had an audit into. That's why we have legal cases against people, including one of their candidates who was a former secretary in the THA. Because all of this were levied against your future, Tobago, and we had to manage that. We had to find a way to manage that. On top of that, I want to tell you that the Tobago House of Assembly has an overdraft facility. And yes, I know the rain is coming, so make yourself comfortable. And you can listen wherever you are. On top of that, the Tobago House of Assembly has the largest overdraft facility in all of First Citizens Bank's operation. We have an overdraft facility for $250 million. And not only do we have the largest overdraft facility, but it is the largest uncollateralized overdraft facility, meaning we have no collateral levied against this overdraft facility. An overdraft facility with over 6% in interest. And so every time we run out of money, every time monies don't come on time from the Ministry of Finance to pay you, we have to utilize the overdraft facility in order to pay salaries. And then on top of that, by the time the money is coming from Trinidad, we must now pay an interest on that overdraft facility. And when we came into office, we met that facility overdrawn by $153 million. So beside the loan, they overdrawn the facility by $153 million. We only had just over $300,000 in contingencies, just about $50 million in the unspent, and an overall liability of just under $1 billion. That is where we had to take up the governance from. And I want you to appreciate that for us to be able to take up the governance from that place, continue to pay salaries, hire hundreds more, still fix roads, build new highway, build new roundabouts, be able to treat with an oil spill, be able to manage every contingency that came our way, increase salaries to CPEP and URP workers, fix our schools, because coming out of COVID, the schools were in a serious state of disrepair, trying to pay off for school feeding, pay off maxi taxi drivers, pay contractors some of the money, and still be standing here today means that you voted for a very, very, very good government in December of 2021. And I want to say to you, don't play fast and change the course today. So what are some of the things that we did? Immediately as Secretary for Finance, I instituted a measure where every single fiscal year, 5% must go in the contingency fund. In other words, we were purposefully not going to spend 5% of whatever our allocation is. Because you can't run an island without a rainy day fund. In fact, you don't even need storm, you don't even need hurricane. Climate change, sometimes the rain just fall heavy and place flood out, landslide happen, road wash away. And you have to keep monies in a rainy day fund in the event of an emergency. And I'll tell you how that came in handy a year ago. So 5% in the contingencies fund. Then on top of that, we said to Imbert, the law says that we must get our monies quarterly, en bloc, and in advance. Meaning, at the beginning of every fiscal quarter, at the start of every 3 months, we're supposed to get all our monies for the next 3 months one time. Imbert and they were sending the money whenever they feel like. And I said to them, look, we know you have a liquidity problem. So when you hear them talking about the economy bad, as though the economy only got bad, it's Imbert and them mash up this economy, you know. Came into government, met good financials and mash up the economy. I said, because you have a liquidity problem, here is a compromise. Give us at least 2 months up front, 2 months up front, and while we are in the second month, give us the third month. That way we can avoid using the overdraft facility to pay salaries. We are happy to announce that we have been able to bring down the interest we're paying on our overdraft facility to no more than $2 million per year, when it used to be in excess of $8 million every year, just on an overdraft facility. That is prudent management. That is good governance. That is how people manage finances. So we ain't out here just wasting the money and just running up the bills. As a matter of fact, people ask me if it have election, because they know when it have election, government does run up and down the place, paving roads everywhere, hoping to get a vote. And I said to the team, we are going to be fiscally responsible, notwithstanding the 5% and getting more. We are just running up and down, paving left, right, and center, hoping to get a vote. We have faith and confidence in the people of Tobago that we don't get the vote already, we don't get the win already, and come January 12, 2026, we will take home the victory. We are not going to waste the money hoping to buy a vote. We don't buy votes on the blue team. We work for our votes. We ain't buying no votes. And so we reduce that interest on the overdraft facility. Because think about it. If you're supposed to get $100, but every time the $100 come in, the bank had to take out money because you owe them. You don't have as much money to spend. And you know what I mean. Plenty of we here alone. And you know what it feels like when your salary hit the bank. If you ain't reach the ATM fast enough, the bank take your money and gone. It's the same way with the THA. When we run up the overdraft facility, as we money touch the bank take the money and go on you to catch. And guess what we have to do? Go back into the same overdraft, use the overdraft again to meet the requirements of the government. That's why it was important to reduce the overdraft. That's why it was also important to start saving monies for a rainy day. And fast forward to a year ago, we woke up one morning and the fisher folk informed us that they seen this black substance, oil all over the place. I said, oil? I'm wondering if the pipeline that run into Cove start to leak. We're wondering all sort of thing. Only to see a vessel capsized upside down and 15 kilometers of our coastline inundated with oil. I remember meeting up at the Emergency Operations Center at Fairfield Complex. And I want to tell you something, Tobago. You know good leadership by one's ability to govern during chaos. Not good times. How you stand up when things bad, that's why there's no good leaders. How you stand up during disasters, that's why there's no good leaders. And so we have this disaster, and I am now chairing the Emergency Operations Center across at Fairfield Complex. It is now nightfall, and this oil is spreading. We ain't have a thing in Tobago to manage oil spills until we heard from a company called Kaizen that said they had some booms stored down at Almando's and they're storing it for Shell. I said, well, listen, we're in a state of emergency now. I don't care who you're storing it for. Take them out, and if you won't take them out, we will take them out ourselves. Get the booms out. Tobago port has to be saved. And that same night, Mr. Alan Stewart and myself, with fisher folk, some from Lambeau here, we out there in the port in Scarborough. We never put on booms in real life, but we out there with fishing boat, putting down booms to ensure that the oil does not get in the pathway of the fast ferry or in the port. Because if that oil got into the port of Scarborough where the boats had to dock, where cruise ships had to come in, then all the cruise ships we had in that year had to be cancelled. No cargo boat could have docked, no inter-island ferry, and the island would be shut off for a very long time, for months. That night, we saved the port of Scarborough because of decisive action, good governance, and good leadership. So sometimes it's not about the hype. You have to look beyond the hype. And so we got those first set of booms, and then we started corralling all the stakeholders in the space. We realized this thing will cost money. We brought in people from Petrobras, that is from out of Brazil. We brought in people from, you know, hear the term ITOF, this international organization, which is like an insurance company, treating with oil-producing nations, and if they should have an oil spill. We brought in all the international experts, and we started to mobilize. We had Kaizen, we had Tiger Tanks, we're trying to mobilize truck. That time we on the port, we're trying to get trucks and backhoe. People from right here in Tobago saying, me and water oil in me truck, me and water oil in me backhoe. We had to dig and find where we could find the equipment. We have to bring up teams from Heritage to help us to clean up the waterways. We have to bring in companies to help us to clean animals. I am sure you saw the footage of people trying to wash and clean caiman and snakes and birds and trying to put them back in the environment. This was a complex operation that required a lot of money, tens of millions of dollars. But guess what? In 2022, we decided to start putting away 5% for a rainy day. So when I look in the account, we had $15 million accumulated by that time. I said, well, Lord, thank you, Jesus. We have some money. And so that is what we use to start the operations, the cleanup operations in Tobago. If we did not have that money in the contingencies account, crap out the smoke we pipe, because I knew I wasn't getting it from down the road. And again, I want to tell you, if PNM was in charge of Tobago, crap out the smoke we pipe, because no money would have been in the contingencies account to treat with the emergency. We did that. The party you voted for did that. And so we mobilized and we got all of the activities going. And then Secretary Robertson, I asked her to talk one night on the platform. She was at the time the chief management accountant. And she prepared the documents. We sent down to Port of Spain and we said, look, this is what we'll need to pay for the oil spill cleanup. In fact, at the time when we sent through the request, we had bills up to $50 million, but we were still cleaning up. We were still cleaning up. So we projected what it will cost us post that date to complete the entire cleanup operations. You know what Imbert? You know what the PNM senators, you know what the PNM members of parliament said? All that good for you is the $50 million. We will not pay what your future bills will be. We only giving you $50 million now because all they're asking for too much. That's what they said. That's what they said. Then I heard Imbert say, well, the fishermen that had to get money left AMPLIA and them figure that out, how to pay them. No, the fishermen and them pong me, they cost me because they want the money now. Everybody want the money now. And all we had at the time was the the 15 that we already spent, the 50 million that was promised, and now our debt increased beyond the 50 because we're still cleaning up the oil spill. We paid out all we could pay out, and then we start dipping again into our funds to pay out. And I'm looking back now, and we only have 2 groups of people still to be paid. And the chief administrator has given me the assurance that before the new year, we will have every single cent for that oil spill operation completely cleared. Completely cleared. There is one remaining invoice for ATFA, one remaining invoice for ATFA, and we have a group of individuals, mostly from here in Lambeau, who ITOF has said they will not pay. And I want you to understand why. Because ITOF has decided they will only engage and pay people who were formal fishermen, who were part of a formal system. So in other words, if you're fishing and you don't have a fisherman's license or badge, no money for you. If you're running a boat and your boat ain't properly registered or licensed, no money for you. If you had a little shop on the corner or you were selling out of a cooler and you ain't had no proper business registration anywhere, no money for you. And guess what? We have decided as a responsible government that notwithstanding ITOF's criteria, we, the Tobago House of Assembly, will recognize those of you who have been informally plying your trade and who are in fact impacted by the oil spill. And we are saying we are going to pay you, and we're making a commitment to get those funds to you before the end of this year. Because at the end of the day, Tobago is we. At the end of the day, the people who might be going out there fishing a boat that then belong to you, and who for a period couldn't make a cent because the boat not yours, and the boat owner probably done get some money already for injuries or damages to the boat, and you who will normally earn a living to feed your family by fishing a man boat and get nothing. I am saying the THA is committed to giving you something and ensuring that you are returned to some level of stability with your family. That is a government who cares, and that is a government who understands what it means by Tobago is we.
You respect that. You respect that. You respect that.
And so, in this election, Lambeau, in this election, you have to have an appreciation for a government that understands how to, in the most mature and stable manner, manage the finances of the THA. Because I tell you, we could have gone crazy in this month of December. You could have seen all kind of things just start to build like crazy. No plan, no strategy, no organization, just building in hopes of winning your vote. But as I said, we don't believe in buying votes. We believe in working for your vote. We ain't going and pave a road just to get a vote. We're paving a road because the road needs to be paved. And we have to, in the most responsible manner, manage our finances. And that brings me to the final point tonight. Because Tobago cannot continue to do business by depending solely on what we get out of the subvention from Port of Spain. It will never, ever be enough. We can run a government and progress an island by simply waiting on every October for a Minister of Finance to come and smile and say, hey, look, some money, and hope that that will be enough to drive our development. No, we are grateful that for the first time, the Tobago House of Assembly has received more than 4.37% of the national budget. We are 5%. We are grateful, and we must say thank you to the central government and thank you to our members of parliament who negotiated that on our behalf. We are grateful. I told you earlier about the $165 million bond financing that was taken out in May of 2021, and that we have to find that $165 million in 2027. For the last 4 years, we were begging the PNM central government for us to start a sinking fund, meaning every year you put aside some money in a fund for the sole purpose of repaying that debt. And we could actually put that fund in a place where it could grow, where it could generate interest, so that by the time we get to 2027, we will have the 165 plus some more. That was never done until this year. Government change, new MPs, and all of a sudden, the new central government has started the sinking fund with $10 million. And so tonight, we must also say thanks to the Minister of Finance and our MPs and to the Prime Minister for starting that sinking fund so we could find money by 2027 to pay back the $165 million. But I was at the point of telling you, we can't run the island's development by solely depending on what we get out of the national purse. The question, therefore, is how can we generate funds, Tobago? How can we generate more money? And there are plenty of young people about the place, all around in the back, all on the street side, listening to the meeting. And you want things. You just know that you want a job. You just know you want your fields done properly and properly lit, and your community facilities well done. You know that you want to ensure that your roads are properly fixed, and you could own a piece of land and you could build your own house. But we cannot, with just subventions from the central government, drive this island's economy. And that is one of the reasons why we asked for the export license for Studley Park, why we applied for that export license for Studley Park. And I want you to have an appreciation for the fact that sometimes it's your own does do you. It's your own does neglect you sometimes. Because we applied for that license since about 2022. Because when we look at Studley Park, we see a world of potential. We see that we could sell rocks. We see that when we look at Studley Park is underproducing in quantity of rocks and aggregate that can be produced to sell to Tobagonians, Trinidadians, and the rest of the world. But I said if we got the export license, we could then have an impetus to go to the bank. We can now collateralize that same license, and on the basis of that license, draw down on a loan facility, buy new equipment for production of materials, production of aggregate, ramp up the amount of aggregate we produce. We will be able to sell locally and export and get forex. Sounds like a good plan. But 2022 come and pass, no export license. By 2023, they were saying, well, if you want it, Studley Park needs to pay us royalties. I said, no way, Jose. Studley Park not paying any central government royalties for Tobago, Rock and Tobago, soil and Tobago land. The law says that all government revenues, all government taxes, all government charges must be paid in Tobago and shall be retained by the Tobago House of Assembly. We are not paying a red cent of royalties to nobody down in Trinidad for we land. And so they refused us the export license. And then in August this year, a woman from quite South Trinidad, a woman who they will try to make you hate because of race, because of where she's from, who is of no blood to us, found herself in Tobago and gave Tobago in a matter of months after coming into office what our very own Tobago-born Prime Minister refused to give us for years. Tobago, you must look and see who really like you and who don't like you. And we must be honest with ourselves. So now we have that export license. Now we are finalizing the financial arrangements to get additional and new equipment into Studley Park so that we can ramp up production, so that we can generate forex, we can export. I can tell you we already have an approved buyer in Guyana, and we are preparing to make our first batch of export of our materials. So we're not trying to run the government solely on subventions from the national purse. Tobago have to start generating its own income. And it has to come out from more than just taxes that we collect. It has to be from more than just taxes that we collect. As a matter of fact, the mandate now is to look beyond Stolly Park, because we have other areas on the island with similar or even better quality of aggregate material. And so what we ought to do is perhaps change the name from Stolly Park Enterprise Limited and have a much more generalized name. And as a commodity from Tobago, we start exporting rocks and aggregate across the Caribbean and across the world that needs it, so that we have a booming industry started by what we have in Stolly Park. But we have to build other industries. We have to find other ways by which this island can raise revenue. Another area that we have had in our mandate since 2017 that we have been unable to complete is that we said this might be the time for Tobago to invest in pharmaceuticals, in what we call bush medicine. We spoke to you about it. Everybody know, I feel like I start getting the flu. I'm going up country tomorrow. I will get some trumpet bush and so on. But nobody can tell me what in the trumpet bush does work. So why don't we invest in the research behind these so-called bush medicine and convert them from bush medicine to pills and syrups and potions that can actually be taken and sold on an actual pharmacy shelf and earn money from it? We have to start to think big and think beyond just how much money we will get from the central government. We have to expand beyond just subventions. We talk about the fisher folk. We have the best fish product in the whole country. No salt fish sweeter than a good smoked fish, than a good dry fish. Every Tobagonian knows that. We went to Tobago Day. And I could tell you, this THA Kerry Harvest go there with me. And had him there sharing out dry fish. And he didn't even have enough dry fish to give people. First, people want the dry fish. People want to know where they could buy it, where they could get the product. Why is that still a best-kept Tobago secret? That should be done in conditions that meet all the health standards, all the international health standards, ISO standards, and so on, so we can actually export it, so it can be on supermarket shelves across the Caribbean region, properly packaged, looking well, because we have to earn money outside of the subvention we get from Port of Spain. We can't progress the island on just 5%, or hoping to get 5.8%, or 6.8%, or 8%. We have to generate our own revenue right here on the island. We have to grow some industries on the island. And we have to grow these industries because I see some people trying to make an argument about how many contractors the THA bill. And that's a dangerous statement, because what we are inherently admitting is that unless the THA builds it, it can't really happen in Tobago. We do not have a sustainable economy if our entire economy must be driven solely by THA expenditures. We have to build an economy that is independent of what the THA spends on a daily or monthly or quarterly basis. We have to build an economy with industries that are not reliant on the THA. And I said it last election, and the PNM took it and tried to spin it and say, file, and I'm going and fire all CPEP and URP workers. That's what they say every election. They said it last election, and it's proven to be a lie. They're saying it now, and it is still a lie. We're not interested in firing nobody. What we're interested in is building out a private sector so that you Tobagonians will find it much more advantageous to find employment and to be gainfully employed outside of the government sector. The THA employing almost all of us cannot be sustainable, could never be sustainable. And we have to do more than just have that conversation. We have to actively build out other industries, Lambeau, so that when we build out other industries, people will earn monies outside of getting it from the THA. The truth is, if the THA gets money and the THA refuses to spend that money, then everything will collapse. Ask the caterers, most of their business is the THA. Ask the contractors, most of their business is the THA. Ask those in the transportation sector, most of their business is the THA. And no economist who is worth their salt will stand on any platform and tell you that that's the most sustainable method. That is handout government. And what we want is to build a Tobago where you don't need the government to survive. Build a Tobago where you are autonomous, where you actually earn outside of the THA. I am not going to stand there and lie to you. I am not going to stand there and tell you. I'm not going to stand there and tell you that all of what you need must and can only and should only come from the Tobago House of Assembly. And so, Lambeau, Lowlands, young people here tonight, I am so grateful that you gave the Tobago People's Party a chance in December 2021. I am so grateful that you made a very wise decision to vote out the PNM last election and to vote us into office. Because if they were in office, we would have still be cleaning up oil spill all now. If they were in office, then we will still be broke as a government. If they were still in office, CPEP and URP will never have gotten an increase. If they were still in office, they wouldn't care about living wages for Tobagonians. If they were still in office, there would have been no real money in the contingencies fund, no saving. If they were still in office, we would have still be getting our money month to month, as though we are beggars contrary to the law. If they were still in office, Tobago would not be so nice and so sweet. But thank God that they are not in office and they shall not come into office. Come the 12th of January 2026, Lambeau Lowlands is turning up and turning out for Wayne Was Clark. Bethesda Golden Lane is turning up and turning out for Zorisha Hackett. Plymouth Blackrock is turning up and turning out for Kern Alexis. Bonaccord Compoint is turning up and turning out for Nikita Percy. Boko Mount Pleasant is turning up and turning out for Keegan Dinoon. Bethel New Grange, Benskin is turning up and turning out for Mr. Darren Henry. Patience Hill, Signal Hill is turning up and turning out for Mr. Nigel Mighty Man Tate. Darrell Spring Wim is turning up and turning out to get rid of the minority leader and to vote in Mr. Ricky Joe Field. Scarborough Mongrace is turning up and turning out for Trevor James. Mason Hall South Bagatelle is turning up and turning out for Natisha Charles Pantin. Mount St. George Goodwood is turning up and turning out for Megan C. Morrison. Belgarden Glamorgan is turning up and turning out for Dr. Faith Bremner. Roxborough Argyle, that includes Dalla Ford, is turning up and turning out for Orlando Kerr. Mason Hall North Moriah is turning up and turning out for Ian Whitey Pollard. And tomorrow when you come up by me, you will see how Palataville lands from his space side is turning up and turning out for yours truly, Farley Chavez Augustine. All 15 seats turning up, turning out for the Tobago People's Party. We're not turning back. Tobago is we. We are responsible government. We represent the best of this island. Thank you very much, Lambeau Lowlands. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. God's richest blessings.
people, you have heard it. We have now wrapped up saying thanks for your turnout tonight. Remember, brothers and sisters, tomorrow we're going deep east. What is the time? What is the time? 5:30 p.m. tomorrow, Charlottesville. Remember, brothers and sisters, you must convert your support into a vote. Traveling mercies as we disperse tonight. See you tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. Charlottesville.
December 21st.
Good night and thank you.
At the Rotunda, Charlottesville. Come hear the man on a mission to make Tobago the island on the planet, the ever-present, ever-approachable Fali Chavez Augustine. Stand tall. Show up on Sunday, December 21st, 5:30 p.m. at the Rotunda, Charlottesville. Tobago People's Party, anchored in truth, rising. Palativere, lands for me, Speyside, stand tall with your candidate, the political leader of the Tobago People's Party and the Honorable Chief Secretary, Fali Chavez Augustine. Join the TPP family on Sunday, December 21st at 7:30 p.m. at Speyside Beach Bar. Come hear the man on a mission to make Tobago the greatest little island on the planet, the ever-present, ever-approachable Fali Chavez Augustine. Stand tall. Show up on Sunday, December 21st, 7:30 p.m. at Speyside Beach Bar. Tobago People's Party, anchored in truth, rising.
I got to